and I want to welcome everybody to the Uncast. This is the Uncast with Beau and Dubs. Today is whatever the hell date that its system is, July 12th. I'm Beau.
Dubs is here.
And Dubs is checking in as well. So we're all here, and all the accoutrement is here. Do you see the baby RoboCop?
Oh gosh, is it hidden somewhere?
He's a new member of the Anunnaki.
I don't see him.
Well, he's protecting us. Don't worry.
Okay.
He'll show up. You'll just when you need him.
Right.
Oh, and then I was talking to a friend, and he said, because the character's name is Murphy.
Yeah.
Murphy's Law. Murphy's Law could apply to my desire to have, if someone gets in your face, 2 in the head. Murphy's Law.
I don't know. I mean, because that's almost not going wrong. That is almost like going right? Because I almost feel like.
Oh yeah. But I mean, that's what I mean. We're for Murphy's. I'm for Murphy's Law. I don't know about anyone else. No one else on the planet apparently thinks that people should get their comeuppance. So let's move along. So we are doing all the things we're supposed to do. I'm a little jazzed up. I need to do one of these. Add that to the mix. And today I'm going to be on a special diet. Oh, the special note, the channel's birthday. 20 years ago.
No kidding.
As in 3 weeks.
Oh, that's amazing.
3 weeks in one day.
Yeah.
So that's
incredible.
interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's about all you need to say about that. Oh, yeah. So because the story on that was me and some other public access producers, right? We would meet at Spider House. Remember that? Mm-mm. Oh, Spider House on like a 29th or 30th, where there's like a little triangle of weirdness and some grassy area. There used to be that Central Trudy's, that closed a long time ago, but was semi-open and always had furniture in it, like it was open. And
you said it was at the triangle over there?
No, not what's called the triangle.
Okay.
It formed a triangle, like North Campus.
Okay, it's near campus. Okay, the
Yeah.
place I'm thinking of was further north than the triangle. Okay.
You know Toy Joy, or the old Toy Joy?
Yeah.
We met in a restaurant at that corner.
That was one of my favorite
The
restaurants.
Mediterranean restaurant?
Yeah.
So behind that, in fact, next to the Mediterranean restaurant is the remainder of what's left. I think it's still there, the Spider House Ballroom. And that's a venue where you might see comedy or whatever.
Is it to the east of that Mediterranean place? Or to
The Mediterranean place, like if you walked to the corner and then walked left, I think that's where it's right there next to it, like next door, like sharing a wall possibly.
Okay, it became like a
it.
barbecue joint or something? Is that right?
I don't know.
Okay.
It became something less interesting than the Mediterranean place.
Yeah.
But Spider House, and so they originally bought Spider House, this house, and they called it the Spider House because it had spiders in it or whatever, and it was brilliant. But it was a complex, and they kept buying more, or maybe they had a bunch of property. So they had a little venue in there, and at one point it was 2 venues, and it was a big thing. And anyway, we met there, we were meeting about how to go online with our shows, like how do we get producers to go online, because I had already had actv.com or something, and that was where producers could have their own little page. You know, it was like a very simple Friendster for producers.
Right. Trying to think. So this is like 2005.
Yeah, something like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so we're meeting there, and we meet like on the 4th or 5th time. Someone mentioned something about this website, and then they mentioned it again, and maybe it was like 2 or 3 times before the guy said, guys, y'all need to go see what YouTube is. It's definitely like exactly what we're talking about. You just simply upload a button. And so, dude, I could have gotten in, and they said, yeah, they're giving out for people that are in an actual industry, which technically a public access producer is.
Absolutely,
right?
yeah.
You're around equipment. That's, you've walked past equipment that it's worth money. So they were giving out a special license or something like that. Mm-hmm. And either way, I was so afraid of the internet, I didn't do anything. But I did get an account eventually. So that was like maybe a year or two before that. Maybe a year before that. Mm-hmm. When we were talking. Yeah. And I could have been on there. I could have been like, oh, the 3rd video on YouTube is Beau's, foundational truths of representation that everyone that saved the world.
Man, I'm with you. So many things of like I underestimated. That was one for me. I was like, oh, YouTube. Anyone can post a video online. Why do you need a central authority to post a video online? This is stupid. This is never going to go anywhere. It's like there's going to be 1,000 of these things.
But I didn't ever think it was not going to be anything. I just was afraid of permanence, the audience. See, when you're on public access, I mean, really, a handful of people are watching. And it's their fault for, but I guess even the internet is more your fault. If you're going on the internet, you've gone through more button pushing to get there.
True, yeah. You can just flip a channel or two.
Than the channel being there. But, yeah, okay, so that's that. Anyway, yeah, and then there was nothing on the channel for, I mean, I did a test video 10 years ago. Meanwhile, so.
That kind of accords with your 1,000-year plan, though, you know, kind of like working your way up.
Right on schedule. If I get one sentence out that's coherent before I die, I've achieved the goal. Okay, so let's talk about where updates. Do you have any updates for you?
No, not in particular.
You don't have a PowerPoint with updates?
Oh, I know. I tried to do some research on the like things that were historically important for the week, and I could not. Nothing seemed to me rose to the level of something I'd want to really like.
God, I'm remembering all kinds of things like that. What came out and people are talking about is how the ex-wife of Bezos gave $28 billion to woke, agencies and organizations.
Okay, I didn't remember across that.
Yeah, and so what I want to know is how much did the woke stuff get? Because in my world, the woke never died. They're completely still established and powered. Look at Odyssey. Everything's still running exactly according to their plan. It's just everyone's not submitting yet. But once they crack down, it'll be different.
Yeah. And they've maybe receded from their being so maybe shrill about it, but they are still there, right? They're just not like trying to poke you in the eyes.
Yeah, and my concern is that they are going. We're helping train them, like we're training the AI. When the AI does something insane, we go as a world, we react. Oh my God, look how stupid! So now the AI knows. Oh, don't do that, which is not intelligence. It's like a person who says they can't think hypothetically. They just look at other people and do what they do. And this is my real concern: is that people are either innately incapable of certain type of thinking, or they've turned their brain off, which is even worse, really, and they don't really have that capacity, and they just merely replicate what other people do. And you can't, because once you understand what the IQ questions are, then you're going to answer them correctly, and you can never test them. It's like AI learning how to fake it.
Right.
So we're having, artificial intelligence. The fake human intelligence is the problem. But
yeah, that's interesting. So what do you think would be the answer to that? Is it just always coming up with novel perspectives on the same kind of questions, or what?
Oh God, I already even forgotten what I was just talking about. But what was it?
Well, you were just kind of saying, it sounded like you were like worried about what just having people would just sort of like saying what they were supposed to say, right? Just even though
faking intelligence.
Right, yeah. But I think you said it almost in the context of the woke, where it's kind of like they're not saying what they believe, they're saying what they think is the right answer, so that they don't like cause issues. Is that maybe that's where I was trying to figure out where you're.
Oh, and how we're helping the woke by saying, look, saying that women have penises is inappropriate. People can't handle that, so they go, oh, well, let me clean up our act. So eventually they'll clean up the insane things.
Right. I mean, that seems good, though, right? No. Or are you just saying they still believe it, but they're not?
That's what I mean. Is that good? We're taking evil Nazis and getting them to polish off the darkest parts so that they can get as much Nazism in,
Well, that feels a little bit like civilization, right? Like, you kind of have, we're all barbarians, but, we kind of learn to live with one another and like tame our inner.
Well, I'm saying let's let them in as much as they are. That's one-to-one representation. That's where you start measuring and going, okay, well, this many people think that. Okay, so there you go. Do you want to get the word out to people and let everybody recognize? And that's the thing, is that's reality. RQ is reality, and we all meet in reality. That's a key thing with the entire concept of what I'm talking about is attacking somebody doesn't make sense. If they're coming at you or they're trying to come at you, you attack them.
Yeah. That is one thing about this that I would love to know. Like, I think would be such a beneficial outcome for me. It's like, I feel like I have my views that are kind of quirky here and there. I would love to know overall where I sit, on different things. Because I feel like there's a lot of things that people agree with me on, probably, but we don't get to subdivide by the different elements. So like me being like a moderate libertarian, sure, there's a number of people that are like me, but it seems like everything's extreme based on, kind of the zeitgeist. So,
But that's again the Ralph and Sam thing, that it's people are playing the rock'em sock'em robot pretend war out there.
right.
But we need to clock out and understand that we're all friends, and let's have a body of elected representatives to deal with all the things we agree on. If that was an actual response to you.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I don't. Let's get through all these things, because it's like a weight on my head having these slides.
Sure. Yeah.
I don't know what it is. Why I have to.
Well, no, it's important, right? Yeah.
So I had a savage hangover yesterday.
Okay.
And it was literal savage. You know what a savage is? Conan's Pizza.
Oh.
That's their premier pizza, or whatever they call it.
Okay.
They'll call it a deep dish, but to me, a deep dish is like deep, like a pie, and filled, and
Sure. Yeah. Chicago knows how this.
yeah. But even people from Chicago, they're like, "Oh, it's all Chicago style." I'm like, "What in the hell's going on here?" So we need a board of pizza styles, for God's sake. We don't even have pizza styles worked out. This is what I'm saying. We have no societal, no social organization, no institutional understanding. And what the hell? Why do we go from pan pizza to calling it Detroit style? Like who's in charge of what? No one. It's all just industry randomness, and that's the sort of rampant. Oh, capitalism is what I'm against. This is rampant
capitalism.
Climbing over and attacking and killing.
Well, I kind of like the idea of a marketplace of ideas, and
Yeah,
maybe
free market is what I want, not capitalism.
Okay.
Forced nonsense, essentially. So, I don't need to describe how bad it was, but
but you got. I feel like you. You just kind of like left off the hangover piece. Like, what happened? The hangover was for the pizza. What?
Oh my God! So friends came over, and I was like, I don't even want to. What the hell are we doing here? So
this is party related.
Yeah.
Right?
So I had my friend's birthday a few days ago, and then mine was coming up, and he's like, "Oh well, let's just do the same thing we did for mine." And I'm like, "Okay, what's going on? Where are we going with this?" Like, here's things that I want to do on my birthday: live stream about 1-to-1. Yeah. They don't want anything to do with that.
Okay.
Okay. Poker is something interested in, and then Age of Empires 2. But they certainly, of all things, these two friends, I have them over, and I'm like, I wanted to play a crazy game of Age.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, it's just insane. Like, it was just completely sloppy and out of control, and people just build a castle wherever you can, just like instant chaos. And it was like, you play games. It's a recorded game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I still don't know to this day, were they thinking that I was going to play a game in front of them? Like, I'm going to them to watch me play a game?
Right.
Or was
the terminology there does kind of make you think that you are going to play it, even though you're playing the game you played.
I made like 5 attempts to explain that this is a pre-recorded game that I'm going to play, and it will take 10 minutes.
Right.
8 times the speed. I can describe what's happening.
Yeah.
We can skip ahead, for God's sake.
Uh-huh.
But no, they wanted nothing to do with it. And it's like, it was shameful to them. It was like I said, oh, here's a video of me masturbating, guys. It was as repulsive as that. Like, it's some sick thing. Oh, to bronies as well, or something. Anyway, so we have, so I said, it's an all out birthday blowout. Let's get Rex involved. Let's just, I guess I didn't have any rules, and so I just drank it up and went into oblivion. And everyone was gone by 10 p.m. I was so obnoxious. I was like, no, let's watch this Alex Jones documentary on VHS. I pulled out VHS, the whole player, and I was going to put it in. I think they were joking about it. I wasn't actually going to watch it. I mean, you can put something in the background. You don't have to watch it.
Okay.
But, okay, whatever that was. Anyway, it was a life-changing moment.
Yeah, in what way?
Well, that was too much alcohol. Also, I do need to lay down some laws about like my what I'm doing with my time. I need to do things, and I need to make this happen. And as I renew again for an apartment, either here or somewhere else, I have to say I've got like a year left that I've got to write a book, and I got to transition into being homeless and getting like some sort of vehicle that I can sleep in, and then maybe I can get a gym membership. You can shower every day. and then you can go operate in the library like an office.
Okay.
You know,
That seems like not the only options available to you. But is this like this is what you want to do?
well, I think I need to focus on one-to-one representation the rest of my life, and it needs to be. I need to go full force because this is what I've chosen. I'm dying. I'm now ending my life to do this. It needs to happen. You know, so I don't. And so I think, should I move next to this? Should I move next to the students at UT? Because that's the opportunity there. Because, you know, old people like you and everybody else, you know.
Old people.
Yeah, old enough.
Harsh.
And, you know, you're at your prime. You're at Solon's prime. Yeah, so you're at the beginning of the prime.
Yeah. But no, I'm aging.
Yeah, you're not. I mean, I'm sorry. I guess it's like other people that don't have. Yeah, you can tell. See, you know, you're like at the beginning of your prime, but you're old enough to be in your prime, and so you have less of a sense of the vast future or let's change things. You have more of a sense of kind of let's stabilize or whatever.
Sure. Yeah, it's definitely happened. Yeah.
Yeah, and so you have to have an understanding of the possibility of doing it differently to understand what I'm talking about. Because when I tell you, well, we could elect representatives, and if you can't like see what that would actually look like and how that would radically change every single thing, a student looking at the world in a new way, a college student in a new world, a new thing, new friends, everything's new. They could new ideas are a dime a dozen. In fact, they're hearing all these other stupid ass ideas, and they're not questioning it. So my advice to UT students would be, or college students, is start. Don't stop questioning. You're going to see a new idea, and it's going to go, oh, I should question these old ideas. Yes, now question the new idea. So people somehow are like, oh, girls can have beanies, and no one's questioning that. No one's continuing to question what. Anyway, so I have a way of ranting into a hole that provides no opportunity for you to respond.
It's all good. Though you did put your wingmanship up there, and did that like get passed, or did we? Okay.
Yeah. Oh God. Yeah. I don't know why. I think it's interesting how we went to what's the place called?
Oh, Home Slice.
Home Slice, and we're at the bar, and that woman next to you was absolutely gorgeous, right?
Yep.
I mean, I was like, that's exactly what Dubs is after. I mean, the perfect woman, really.
She's definitely up there.
Yeah, semi-emaciated, but not like you wouldn't call 911 yet. But yeah, just beautiful.
Why didn't I try that line?
Professional-looking face or whatever. I don't know. But my wingmanship. I mean, do you remember me blurting out some kind of with food in my mouth? I think I'm like saying something about, "Hey, lady, what do you think about this?" What we're talking about. Like trying to include them in the conversation.
I remember something roughly there.
Yeah. And then like 3 seconds later, she looks over like, is everything okay?
Yeah. Well, I mean, to be fair, I don't think that there was just a natural vibe there. So yeah.
But there could have been, there needs to be the interaction.
Yeah, sure.
They need to see your face and get adjusted to it. As people see your face more, then it naturally.
Yeah, just become enamored.
Right, like Trump and Alex Jones, the way you're sort of just, I feel comfortable with the big Trump portrait back up.
God, thank you for that.
Looming over you. I should put it over here so you can. So Fat American is the producer of these shirts, and I should have worn this last time. I had it with me, but.
Oh, that's so awful.
Oh, is it awful?
Yeah. Well, I mean, just the imagery. Yeah. What is even happening?
It goes well with the savage hangover.
Right. I can imagine that being invoked.
Yeah.
But why? I mean, oh my God. Why is it red? What did we? Or is that fire? What is happening?
This is great. I love this reaction. You're like almost in a tizzy.
I mean,
it's an American
awful.
Eagle vomiting blood all over the planet.
Right. What does that even mean?
Blood, death, destruction? I don't know. Fat American is the company. It's obviously a fairly critical of America vibe with the shirts.
Okay.
And so I love these shirts.
I hate that shirt.
But why not? But this is America, to be pro-America, and understand that this is what happens sometimes. Sometimes you gotta barf blood all over the planet.
No, that's so awful. No, I mean, we have been such a like key element of like bringing this world forward, right? Like freedom of navigation, like fostering democracy around the world.
And this is celebrating it. It's that we have the ability to mock ourselves.
I mean, that's great, sure.
It's like
but I don't think I feel like that's
Matt and Trey
mocking.
did it, with South Park. They addressed that.
Oh, how do you, how
We're
so?
a little bit country. We're a little bit rock and roll. Remember that episode?
No, but I mean,
Well, anyway, one's anti-government or anti-war, and the other one's pro-America. It's like, well, they just came together in the idea that we have the right to protest the war and celebrate, and
yeah.
so this is protesting the sad. Look, there's a downside of CIA killing people and mind-bending people and creating wars across.
But I mean, we get plenty of that. We don't need extra.
It's all relative, though. So that's what I mean. Like, let's get the border, establish how much American hatred we can have. And then we'll have like American Hate Day, and we'll have like July 4th, and then July 5th will be American Hate Day. Maybe this is after, so July 4th was
America Hate
pro.
Day.
You balance it out.
No, we
The
don't.
board decides. It's out of our hands.
Fair enough.
All right, let's do a little toasty to our boys and girls in North Korea.
Yeah,
Our heart goes out to you.
cheers. Sorry for losing.
We're sorry you're going through that, but I don't know. What do? Do you just enjoy it? I think you have to enjoy life no matter what. So I think you do have to enjoy it.
Yeah, I mean, we just gotta, like you said, we just gotta call it out. Just like point out how awful it is.
There
to
is
live
something
in
in that. We want them to enjoy it.
No, enjoy life.
But Kim family, we want you to be the leader and them to enjoy it.
Right. Yeah.
See, this is a contingent. We don't want them to be the leader or them to be the leader, but if they are going to be, we still want them to enjoy it.
Well, yeah, but there's like a component of that, like flourish, right? I want the North Koreans to flourish, and that's what I think. They may enjoy it, but I don't know that they're flourishing, and that's what I think is missing.
Yeah, and so that's the thing with people. Like, we all want them to flourish,
Right.
But we need to make sure we understand. Don't forget the little things. We want them to be happy. I mean, so it's not like we want them to suffer. And this is the thing with boycotts and things. You know what I mean?
No, yes, yeah, that's fair. Yeah. Yeah.
Also, you're not getting your things culturally in there, which would be if they had interest in our things and all that.
Yeah. Though, 'cause that's what we tried with China, though, and that didn't exactly work. But
Yeah, but they are fairly brainwashed, right?
quite
They don't believe that he poops, something like that.
right. Yeah.
All right, whatever. Okay, let's go through some the terms we might be using. When I say answers to the universe, I've got answers to the universe. That means I'm talking about solutions that facilitate the flow of solutions while being self-sustaining, unstoppable, and viral.
Is that a new definition?
Well,
Solutions,
I did it last time.
the solutions that facilitate the flow of solutions. For some reason, that doesn't quite sound like I remember. So I'm saying anyway. So go
Okay.
ahead.
Well, but I need to address that these solutions unlock solutions. Like if you fix anything in these three institutions are institutions that you help these institutions, you're helping all the people that are processed through it. One is representation, then education, and incarceration. These three processes, like right now we have gangs dominating jails. So we put people in jails. We fully expect them to be fully gang members, which is one of the, I think, reasons for white supremacy in this cult-like Nazi style is because of the Aryan Nation.
Right.
Like I think I would join in a heartbeat the Aryan Nation if I was in prison.
Right. Yeah.
Don't you have to?
American History X kind of style. Like, yeah.
No, I mean no, if you're in prison.
Well, that's what I'm saying. American History X.
I have no idea.
Oh, gosh, okay.
I saw pieces of it, I guess.
Oh man, I always loved that movie. But yeah, no, I mean that was part of it, right? The guy joins and he's trying to survive in there, and he ends up joining that, but then gets like ostracized. And anyway, yeah.
Oh God, it must be a nightmare, a social nightmare in prison.
Yeah.
Where your life depends on every little detail.
Though, if I recall correctly, he might have already been leaning that way before he went in. Probably was already leaning that way, but like when you're in prison already, it's kind of like, well, what are you going to do, right? You're just going to join the nobodies and get,
right.
What would be expected to happen?
Well, that's why I already got like at least 3 swastika tattoos.
Okay.
Like, just in case
prepared.
I get arrested.
Yeah, if you end up in the Huskow.
So that's what I mean, answers to the universe. I've got 3. RQ is the one about representation. That is, measure representation. That's all. Just measure the number of people that voted for someone divided by, we'll get to that in a second here.
Wait 1 second. But I really enjoyed that 3. It was somehow incarceration was the third one. What did it say it again? Representation, education, incarceration.
Yep.
Okay, I love it.
Well, those are, so education and incarceration are where people go through, they're physically the people go through.
Yeah.
The children and then prisoners.
REI.
Yeah. REI?
Yeah.
Ray.
We're going to reify this. Okay.
Yeah, like Star Wars. We're going to Mary Sue this. Okay, when I say BOR, it's body of elected representatives. That's what I mean. RQ is the representation quotient. I'm saying that's an answer to the universe. Understanding that, using it. Simply remember, reminding people that Mamdani's RQ is 15.6%. He's got 16% of the vote. That's what he got. So just knowing that is a great party trick. You know, everyone's talking about Mamdani. You go, well, you know, only 16% of people voted for him. Yep. You know, and they're going to bullshit you, call you a liar. That's when you, like, how much money and cash do you have to bet? You bet people. I get this all the time because I find obscure facts, I guess, and I'll get the whole crowd against me. One time I was camping on the beach, and there's like every single person we're with, maybe just 5 or 6 people from A&M. We went and camped on the beach with my roommates, friends and stuff. And they all thought schizophrenia was the same thing as split personality. And I'm like, that is not the case. I'm taking Psychology 101. I'm literally like, just read that in a book that was in a textbook, and that's all I'm saying. Like, this is from a textbook. And they're like, no, it wasn't. Okay, well, then what? That's
put your money where your mouth is. Yeah, I mean, that's the best answer, right?
Bet money, bet lots of money.
Yeah, Polymarket. That actually kind of is. The
really
thing
is. Just go to Polymarket. How many people? Yeah, so Polymarket probably has a lot of those things like.
This is not an ad bar.
There's like a whole list of things that common misconceptions.
Oh yeah. Oh nice.
On Wikipedia, there's like a common misconceptions. One of them is the Immaculate Conception. Do you know what that is?
Of course. Yeah. What I mean.
Of course. You see, now here's confidently incorrect. Maybe.
Oh.
What is it?
Oh. So wait, the Immaculate Conception, right? I mean that. My understanding is that was married. Mary had the child, but it was conceived, you know, like without having sex.
Wait, who was conceived immaculate?
Jesus.
Yeah, exactly. Wrong answer. The exact wrong answer. The misconception, and that's the thing. There's something about that
and
that makes people.
Actually, I knew that when I said it, but I was like, damn it, I've forgotten.
And I gave it away by saying, no, oops, already. I know, because it makes it tricky. It makes there's a trick to it.
Yeah, go ahead.
Well, it's obviously
because it should be that, but it's not.
Her vulva, her womb, could not produce a pure thing like a god without her being pure. So she was born when she was conceived.
Oh.
She's immaculately conceived.
Okay.
Like, what kind of backtracking?
That's so funny. Like, why would that even matter? I mean.
Yeah. Well, that matters when you're justifying it and you're trying to, you've got a Constantine telling you, I will cut your heads off if you do not sort out all this bullshit with Christianity, because that's where we're going with this. It's like 7% of the people, 7% of the bishops met and voted on all that crap. Like the councils of Nicaea and all that. So, I mean, it's essentially, so that's what I mean, one-to-one representation, it's everywhere. We are all using elected representation in theory, and it's always, they're representing you, but like, why don't we just start representing ourselves? Okay, I mean, that would have not gone over well. If we had a bore and we're like, I'm sorry, Constantine, but the people have spoken. Although, you see what I mean? Like, the whole point is, that's the point. It's like, once we know, 80% of us think, no, there's not this Trinity. It's that Jesus was just a wise person that kind of had some good ideas.
Yeah.
If 80% of us had said that, he would have gone with that.
Right. Well, even if 80% of us believe that he was, God in the flesh, it doesn't seem that his mother would have to have. This seems like an extra, challenge you don't need, right? Like, what do you have to? Why does she have to have? Why? What? What?
Because people would argue. They go, well, how could Jesus? Because there are people saying he's not a God or this and that, and so there's people saying, well, how could he be pure? Well, obviously, The answer is, he was born of a pure womb.
But I mean, don't you have the infinite regress where like, well, she couldn't be poor because she had whatever? Like,
Right.
what? I don't know.
Well, because her grandmother was a double. She had double indemnity. She was twice as bad. She was condemned to hell.
Okay.
And so she absorbed the sins of her daughter, who would then conceive Mary.
Are you making that up?
No, I mean, yes, I am. So elected representation is actually someone choosing. You choose somebody and speak on your behalf. That's the answer, really. If you can figure that, if you can understand this concept, that we don't have elected representation if you don't choose the person out of your choice, like not of a list that's already pre-chosen, but you choose anybody you want, and they end up speaking with your power, then you have elected representation. Okay, then this is my name for it. Popular rank is just the concept of filling it like 1-to-1, because sometimes you only have 35 seats in the room. The benchmark is what we would call that. Like if you said 35, we'll take the top 35, but there's different ways of measuring it. And then unreality is your understanding of what actually exists as best you can manufacture. It's not actual reality. We never understand actual reality. We are homos, primates, greasy creatures trying to go walk around and figure things out, barely understanding the universe. And so reality is what it is. Our understanding of reality, like the earth is round, this cup exists, all of that is unreality. We understand that. Everyone knows that much.
Greasy?
Huh?
Greasy?
Oily? What do we oily?
I don't know. Are you talking about from the primordial swamp we came
Dude,
out of?
we are sticky, right? You know that.
I don't feel that sticky.
Are you? This is amazing. What are you talking about? Like, we're sticky.
I mean, I'm not like a frog.
Yes, like a frog, but to a smaller degree. Like I'm literally, okay, so I just broke a Corel plate. Do you know what Corel plates are? Have you ever broken one?
Excellently, because you've mentioned this, I think, maybe previously.
Well, so I was on my hands and knees for 6 hours, cleaning, taking, going and eyeballing without contacts and just boop, boop, because it's micro shards.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And I got one in my foot. I caught it before I pounded on it, and it was like, it is a thread thin, like a millimeter long thread thin, like a hair, but it's porcelain. What a nightmare object to have, But I got it. I couldn't believe it. I got it out. It was a miracle. Okay, so where are we at this?
I was objecting to the greasy thing. And
So I'm just touching, and it picks it up because we're greasy. So I'm aware of my grease powers, and you are not. You wouldn't know what to do. How would you get little porcelain bits?
That's a good question.
You'd be like, I wish I was greasy like a frog.
Maybe that's why.
To protest is to speak forth, but it's come to mean to be against, so that's a problem. Like if you think words mean whatever most people think they mean, then protest means to be against something. But really, it just, the essence of it is just to speak.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
That's the origin.
Fourth, testify. I think it's related to testicles. Do you know about this? To testify, you would swear, you would put your hand like on your thigh as a reference to your testicles. You're swearing on your future children.
Yeah.
Your future generation.
I guess the women could do that as well, right?
Well, eggs. I mean, it would be a man-only thing.
Well, would they have their eggs? Like, I feel like they should be able to do that as well.
They could eggify,
right? Right? Yeah.
Wait, what's the egg word for? In Latin?
You're looking at me like I would know that.
Women, but anyway, yeah, because of patriarchy. I mean, it was patriarchy.
Well, no, but I'm just saying it doesn't feel like it needs to be a male-only sort of thing. If it's like your progeny, you're kind of like swearing on your progeny.
Yeah, but I mean, they wouldn't take women's words in the. Do you understand what a patriarchy is?
Of course, yeah, but
like it was saying, real patriarchy. Like women wouldn't be anywhere near the building that we were having decisions made.
Right? Yeah. Well, I'm just thinking more. I just like the idea of us all grabbing our genitals and talking. So I'm just trying to like encourage them.
Well, so at a cocktail party, if you really want to emphasize your statement, I do swear, guys. And then sometimes you might have to whip out. I'm actually talking about these guys. Yeah. These two boys right here.
Yeah.
Homo means humans. Get over it. You're a homo. Ass means glutes, not anus. And I've never shown you the Sumerian, but they had that same issue. Whenever you use a word to mean the squishy butt part that's beautiful and we all love looking at, and like doing little boop, boop, boop taps. But it inevitably will be associated, that word, whatever you use, with anus because it's so close and it's just, but that's what happened in Samaria. They're like, but, I mean, they're probably like, look at all these asses, they're great looking. And then some guy's like, oh, you mean the anus? And then, oh God, it all just, okay. Did we ever show you the picture of the bikes piled up? I think we did. Because we talked about it in an early show.
What
In China, they had free bikes.
Sorry, yeah, you're right.
Yeah. I mean, you've seen it before.
Only, yeah, that you remind me of that. Yeah. I'm not sure if it's all that picture, but we talked about that for sure.
Oh, okay. Anyway, yeah, so they have free bikes. It's one of the issues. But
oh my gosh.
Is it a bad thing?
As a cyclist, that's just so like, oh.
But look, these bikes would have been thrown away anyway. You know what I mean?
Why?
Well, every bike gets thrown away.
What are you talking about? Not my bike.
Yeah, your bike will. What world do you live in? This is what I mean, unreality.
I have a bicycle and I've never thrown it away. I mean, it's a perfectly functional bike.
And 1,000 years from now, where will your bike be?
Sure, but this is not 1,000 years. This is
like, but that's what I mean. Every bike will eventually end up there. So, what is it a loss, really?
I mean,
yeah, obviously we can say that's a loss. I mean, but I don't know. When you do it on an industrial scale, then you can recycle. You can't. I know that doesn't efficiently work out.
Well, like China is just so hilariously like this way, though, right? Like they just like scale stuff out and then it doesn't work.
Oh my God, dude! I download these videos because there's so many. There's one from China. They have this roller coaster that's off the chain. It goes like 78 miles an hour. I guess I don't know if that's fast or not for.
That sounds fast. That sounds like crazy fast.
And it's surreal. It's so long. I mean, it looks like AI, right? But that's what China's doing right now. They're living the dream of communism, where you can create glorious levels of fast. You know, like the glass bridges that have the fake. You've seen it?
Oh no, I'm not familiar with this.
Crap! Yeah, the phenomenal stuff that they have, and like even one guy, I think it was a Chinese private citizen who made this. I don't know, but there was the Buddha statues that Islamists tore down. Do you know about those? They blew them up. They had these giant statues, maybe 20 stories high, that were carved into a mountainside,
right?
In like the kind of Kazakhstan, Pakistan, kind of up in the mountain, kind of I don't know.
I remember like hearing, yeah.
And they blew them all up because it's an idol. You got to destroy everything.
Sure.
You've seen the videos from them going through Iraq, smashing things.
I've heard about it. I don't think I've seen videos.
Yeah, it's horrifying. To see it is, for someone like me, I had to figure out how do you equate that to mass genocide, because it's like a totally separate thing.
Yeah.
It's an equally horrifying thing, but in a separate category.
That's the thing I learned recently, right? That there was a translation of, it wasn't Al-Qaeda, but one of them that was like basically no books or unlettered or something like that. Like was the literal translation of their name. Gosh, I need to go.
No books?
Yeah, they're just basically anti-book, right? Like, and it was just more like. Anyway, let me put a
Islam?
Like a pin in that. No, it's not Islam, but
I'm sorry. Yeah.
I don't think so. But it was like a faction
Islam.
of Islam. There was like. Anyway, let me put a pin in that. And I'll bring it for next time.
Yeah, Islam is pro book. There couldn't be more pro books. They're like this one book specifically.
Yeah.
So, yeah, what kind of things we were talking about there. Oh, I like how you can see Burger Boy in the reflection. Can you read it? Nope. Oh yeah, just this again. It's your time is being lost, right? We could have already started a bore at any point in time, and if we did have a bore, wouldn't you want to like speak? And we're all listening to each other now. Can you imagine? Like if we started right now, all listening to each other, would you be interested in getting your word out or not? Everyone's listening to everybody. It's all organized, one-to-one representation. We've all sorted it out. You'd be like, oh yeah, of course, I definitely want my time. But nope. It's being lost right now, but you have no sense of urgency. But that's okay, 1,000 years from now. Okay, let's get into this, but do we need to deal with the camera being directly, when I look at Dubs, I'm looking directly at Dubs right now.
Yeah, I like this stuff. I feel like this is the way it should be.
Oh, to where I look at the camera and we don't know if I say, you're retarded.
Yeah, it's like, sorry, viewer.
Like all of you. All 30 billion cells of you. Wait, how many cells are in a body? 30 billion?
Many. That sounds reasonable.
Oh man, we didn't talk about...
Ungodly amount.
We didn't talk about the atoms.
What about them? What about atoms?
How many atoms in a body?
Yeah, I mean, tell me.
Okay, you're not going to believe this. It sounds like a cartoon answer, or it sounds like an answer you'd give a child to say dismissively, "Get out of my face, kid. Who cares?" It's a billion, billion, billion.
A billion atoms are in the body?
Yeah. Am I crazy?
Billion.
Dad, how many atoms are in the body? A billion, billion, billion. All right. I mean, that's just like a made up number.
Right.
But it is a billion, billion, billion.
Okay.
And so here's what like these scientists will say, and every time I hear it, I go like, that can't be true. But then like, the mathematicians have worked it out.
Sure.
That every single person, you, me, every alive today, has an atom in their body that was in every single person in the ancient world.
Because there's so many. Like it was just
There's just
like,
so many, it's the math.
Numerically, yeah.
It is the math. Now, isn't that surreal? And why aren't Christians on that? Why aren't Christians all like, I've got Jesus in me?
Oh yeah, I mean that's actually amazing. Well, then you always also have everything else, though, right? You've got.
I'll tell you why. Because his body ascended, and his atoms were swept up from the planet.
Oh,
God purified.
but he's still shedding them as he was like alive, right? So in theory, he would have just. I mean,
some atoms would be out, but if he takes a billion atoms with him as he goes.
Right.
He's drastically reduced.
But how many do we lose? Like we lose a lot, just like every day, right?
Right.
So,
what if you lost your Jesus atoms?
Oh.
That's why we should wrap ourselves in plastic bags so we don't ever lose our Jesus atoms, because those are the most rare. Well, so this thing, and it's like, what is the most rare substance in the universe? What do you think it is, or have you heard this kind of thing?
Rare substance in the universe. I mean, so the vast bulk of it is like what, like
You're thinking elements, right?
Well, I guess I was thinking that there's only 5% of things that are not dark matter or whatever, right? Like dark matter is the vast majority, so it has to be something that's not dark matter. That's where
it's tricky because substance. I'm not saying
energy.
element. So like concrete would be a substance, I guess.
Okay, so this is a
I
little
guess
higher level.
Actually, the more we think about it, because this is the answer.
Okay.
That wood is the rarest substance. Someone's purporting that, but then the thing is, that's just an organization of atoms. Like concrete is an organization of it. Of course, concrete doesn't exist out there. The star system doesn't need concrete. No one's making concrete.
Yeah.
So that's rare. It's more rare than wood.
That's so interesting.
But it is a substance, you know what I mean? But wood is a fascinating thing to think of it as a substance and its rarity.
Yeah, that's curious.
And so, yeah, I mean, like if you have wooden objects, like if they take wood to Mars, that might be the last wood that exists. If Earth is obliterated. Meanwhile, okay, so Pascal's wager, are you ready to get into this?
Yes.
Okay. So
this came up previously, is that right?
Yeah, you mentioned it, and I'm like, oh yeah, we got to address this. This is so. I'm not going to reveal whether it's stupid or smart, but I mean, this guy Pascal lived in the 1600s. He's Catholic. He's working with what he had to work with.
Can you remind me like where we left it, like where we left off?
Pascal's wager. Well, we'll review it here.
Okay.
So this is allegedly Pascal's wager, as quoted by Wikipedia. It's saying excerpts from Pensies, suspiciously like peonies, part 3, section 233. So God is or God is not. Reason cannot decide between the two alternatives. A game is being played where heads or tails will turn up. You must wager. It is not optional. Let us weigh the gain and the loss in wagering that God is. Let us estimate these two chances. If you gain all. If you lose nothing. Wager then, without hesitation, that he is. There is here an infinity of infinitely happy life to gain. Infinity, yeah, you could live forever as a god. A chance to gain against a finite number of chances of loss. And what you stake is finite. And so our proposition is of infinite force when there is the finite to stake in a game where there are equal risks of, God damn, this goes on and on, right? Okay, I think we get the gist of it. My God, I mean, I guess they're quoting all the things but some cannot believe. They should then at least learn your inability to believe. Fuck you. Okay, we're done with this guy. All right, but Okay, so let's break down some basics of the gist of what he's saying here. God is or God is not. Reason cannot decide between the two alternatives. I agree. As a realitarian, yes, reality exists regardless of what our decisions are made about it. You probably agree with that too, or,
Yes.
that aspect? Oh, maybe not. Okay.
Probably.
Okay, you're thinking about it. And then God, so then incorrect, the number of a thing is a question. So he's just starting off with this whole this whole monotheism issue. Everyone's just jumping to monotheism when we're already out in a magical spiritual world where we don't know what's going on over there. Are there magic little trolls? Are they giants? What? And you're like, nope, there's only one king of these things. And it's just like.
Well, couldn't you even say if it were, whatever you're saying there, like leprechauns or whatever, that would still be God. God is the leprechauns, like if that were the...
But they're saying this, I know this network of monarchy and this is how it works, It's essentially...
I mean, you're
because everyone agrees, any Christian will agree that there's multiple gods. They just don't like the definition of it being these entities. So then they say there's a king God, and then it becomes like what Hindu talks about, like some overall...
When you say Christians agree that there are other gods, you're talking about like angels and things and devils and that sort of thing?
Yeah,
like,
those would be gods to us for the love of God.
Got it, okay.
But the Christian would justify it and say that God, everything happens through God or something. Yeah. So those saints don't have power. They just ask. They can only ask the source.
Sure.
Well, if you're then that's a God. You're tapping into the source of power, and you have this connection, this umbilical cord that you get whatever you ask for. Then that's what I'm saying. You're a God. Okay.
Well, actually, I mean, if you take in God into yourself, which is sort of what we are, that's the Christian theology, right? Like you ask him into your heart and he becomes part of who you are. So yeah, and in that way you are partially a God.
Right. But I don't need I don't need Jesus because I already have enough Jesus in me.
Oh, you're saying
I'm keeping my Jesus.
Yeah.
Because I wrap myself in saran wrap every night and I don't let my Jesus go like you do. You don't give a shit.
Yeah, the ambient Jesus. You just like took it in and acknowledged
the cells in my body.
Oh, no,
I actually have Jesus.
Yeah.
I have Jesus. And you don't. Because you lost it all. You didn't sleep with the covering. You didn't sleep with plastic sheets. Okay, so the number of a thing is this is a crucial concept in logic, and people have just kind of jumped to monotheism, and then they just believe they're talking about whether a single God exists or a single God does not exist, and this is like so specific. The number of a thing is a question after the existence of a thing. Gods exist or they don't first. And then the number of how many gods are there after that.
But it does almost seem like it always comes down to a single thing, right? Like, because unless there were just always multiple gods, or what, I guess I think of like the infinite regress, right? You just got like this, what created this God or whatever? Well, there, at the foundation, at the bottom of the turtle stack, there is the one turtle. Right? You've got, I think.
But so that thinking you're saying leads to someone saying that there must be a source, a single source, or
yeah.
But the whole reason you got there is saying, well, there must be something that created that thing.
Right.
Okay. So if your conclusion is there's a thing that precludes the whole initial statement, then you're down the wrong path to begin with. Right? You're saying if something exists, there must be something that created it. And my conclusion is, well, if something exists, there must not be anything that created something. I love it. I love it. It's a level of thinking I have not attained. That's what it is. Like it's a level of peace where you can just go, yeah, magic beans are real because they are. In my heart, I just have a cold heart where I don't believe in magic beans.
Well, and that is part of what Christian theology ask of you. It's like it's the faith in that is the faith in that conception is what makes it important, right? Like because that you're judged on that piece as well.
So let's take faith-based organizations and have that set up. This is how we're divided by faith, and then we divide by actually what we are saying we should be doing. One-to-one reality, just one-to-one representation. Just create a boar, and what should we do? And then there's other faith-based associations we have, and let's respect it, because this is what I mean. Like it's clocking in and out with Sam and Wolf and the Sam and what's the other guy? Ralph. Those are the characters.
yeah.
Sam and Ralph. It's basically like, all right, let's let people have their playtime. Everybody wants to be in imaginary land and imagine their imaginary little dinky doodle gods that do these things. And it's all good. I mean, be respectful like that.
That is very respectful. I was thinking, you do have respect for the gods, right? So like, what?
Yes, as Kongsa says, respect the gods, but keep them far away.
Okay. Well, the dinky doodle piece didn't feel as respectful as I expected you to kind of have in that.
No. I mean, yeah, obviously, you are a miracle, whoever you are. If you believe something, you believe it. That's a real thing, and enjoy it. Like, that's real. If multiple people believe it, enjoy the sharing of a belief. I think that's a great thing. Meanwhile, come together and let's vote on what you want to vote for. And you can be in the middle of a snake frenzy or handle snakes while you decide things. That's fine. Whatever. Just whatever you want to say it. Let's let all of us say it equally, and it balances out. If you think we should all just eat, poisonous snakes or handle them or whatever, then that's what we do.
Yeah.
Because that's what basically Christianity is.
And I do like the idea that is being, I think, like pulled in a way that feels like it's been missing recently, is the idea of like having core principles to your belief set, right? Like, what were the core principles that like got us to here, to the reason for this? Like, here's
you
my
think
belief
that the world is moving towards core principles?
No, I'm saying that's what's being lost, right? I feel like when we had more of that, and like it's just we've gotten further and further away from the principles.
But then that means people are focusing more on how do we get to, what are the core principles, in other words?
Are you saying that almost like
the chaos,
the means or the end? Are you saying
I'm saying the chaos of all the core principles being lost lends itself to people saying, well, what are the core principles that should be important?
Yes. I wish that were true. I hope it's true.
Well, as long as it starts with women can have peenies. That's the only universe I want to live in. Where everything's a penis. Did we get it?
I think we got that. Well,
Okay.
let's see what's. Oh, well, you looks like you have more. So what's the next? What's the next?
Oh yeah. We're not done with this. This is like 5 slides. A game. So he says a game is being played where heads or tails will turn up. Incorrect. The number of a thing is a question after the existence of a thing. Oh wait, I never finished this.
Yeah. Well, I think what you're saying is correct, right? That it's like presupposes that there is only two options that exist.
That's funny. This same statement, I didn't even change it. The number, I just copied and pasted it, but it applies almost.
Yeah.
That's fascinating.
But yeah, no, I tend to agree. You kind of have to establish that that is the game. Yeah.
And that's essentially where it goes wrong. So let us weigh the gain and loss in wagering that God is. Let us estimate these two chances. If you gain all. If you lose nothing. Incorrect. Worshipping false gods may offend the real gods working to help you. Your existence would be wasted. The problems you could have solved are still there. The comfort and joy you could have otherwise provided your community is lost. How the fuck are we not understanding you're losing? But you just, oh no, I'm gonna drink alcohol the rest of my life because this will give me eternal life? What I got to lose? I mean, what the fuck are you talking about? It makes no sense. It's based on only the fact that everyone's already doing this. If some guy comes along and says, no, really, like, just drink alcohol, you'll live as a god forever. Pascal's wager applies there, right?
Yeah, I think.
So, he's at the whim of every homeless traveler that comes by.
Right, but I think he's just thinking in a single context. Maybe he's like, well, you basically have to appease all the gods, so not just this one. If he's like, oh well, this one too, but also that one, and so maybe you just need to like.
Well, that's why he needs to get the plural.
Bets,
but
right?
The whole plural thing is, wait a minute, there's different gods. So which one are you worshiping?
Right.
And if you say I'm worshiping this God, you are specifically not worshiping the actual gods that are real gods working to help you. Because you're not living in reality. There actually might be gods in the fucking universe where we're tiny little creatures in the middle of a gigantic chasm you could not imagine. Our brains cannot fathom how big it is. And you're saying there's no gods? I mean, they were surrounded by gods, and you're like, oh, no, let's not recognize that. Let's focus on one so we can make sure to ensure that we offend every god possible, except for maybe one. Okay, anyway, what else?
I mean,
Again, the rant hole. Here's some bottom lines for people. Maybe this is just some rules to live by. Also, just the reality of stating what you're doing is interesting, and there's two parallels here. If you engage in blood drinking and flesh-eating rituals to worship a zombified human being as an almighty God, you are engaging in blood drinking and flesh-eating rituals to worship a zombified human being as an almighty God. Is that true? Is that a true statement or not?
I don't know about the zombified piece.
Wait. If you're doing this, are you doing this?
I mean, it's sure, but
right?
would you call like the act of, I guess it is the spirit made flesh?
That's what we use the word zombie for. What does the average person think zombie means? Comes back to life. Sorry.
But he's not a zombie though when he comes back, right? He's reanimated. I mean, yeah. But I wouldn't call it a zombie.
Was Jesus a slee stack? Was he Enoch? Okay, so these are questions we need to figure out. Okay, but there's a parallel. If you are a man transitioning to a woman, you are a man transitioning to a woman.
That's a parallel. I love that transition. Please go ahead.
Which is like, you're a man. Oops. But you can't say that this is a man transitioning to a woman because it's a man transitioning to a woman. It's insanity. Anyway, so,
No, I got nothing.
Also, if there is an all-powerful God, would it be powerless over its own existence? Have you heard this argument?
Oh, no, that's actually something I hadn't thought about.
Yeah, and it's like one of the most fundamental things. Like, you're saying he's all-powerful. Like,
so you're saying he couldn't unmake himself?
Right. He could choose not to exist anymore.
I would think maybe that he does, right? In theory.
Okay, but that means that God may not exist if there's a single God that is all-powerful.
Because
but when you say there is an all-powerful God, you mean, well, he could not exist anymore. It could be that he's chosen not to exist, right? Or are you powerful over God? And then the homo has to ask himself, what does the Bible say?
Sure, but I think probably that to me doesn't feel like a good argument. Like, okay, he could have unmade himself. What does that prove?
He doesn't exist.
Well, he could, but that doesn't mean he did, right?
Right. But it may be that he doesn't exist. So just as long as every monotheist throws that in the mix, then they're starting to think and going, wait a minute, this is a guessing game of nonsense? I'm just saying, guys, it doesn't matter what you do in your own time. Sam and Ralph, clock in, clock out. But when you're clocked in, let's start, talking to each other, and you can say all your gobbledygook nonsense. That's fine. It's great. Not a problem.
Yeah. I mean, it's the same sort of argument, right? Could God make a rock so big he couldn't lift it, right? Well, if he's all powerful, he could create this unliftable rock, but then he could lift it, right? So like, there's kind of like that, I don't know, that question about like, is there a limit to the power of an all-powerful God? And
yeah, I think that's why people know that when they're in this realm of making grand assumptions about an all-powerful being, they know that they're just kind of pretending. It's a children's story tale kind of understanding.
Yeah, well, I mean, it goes back to the faith element, right? Like you choose to believe.
Yeah, it becomes like this is what it is. I'm not even thinking about it anymore.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And there's nothing wrong with that. That's what I mean. Like if you just want to like tune out and say that's the truth, that is not a problem. It is the truth. And if we ever vote on what the truth is, you vote on that being the truth. That's fine. It will work itself out. We're fine. Oh God, Beau and Tell. I don't even know what. So as a child, I used to be, I wanted to be called Cowboy Beau. I went from like a 4-year-old phase or something.
Okay.
And so mom and dad got me this belt, or maybe it was because of the belt. Like, I'm going to be cowboy. But I forced everyone, like, no, I'm not going to drink my milk until you call me Cowboy Beau. So I made everyone call me Cowboy Beau. But it's just amazing how my waist size is like now my head size.
That is amazing. That's a really nice belt.
Yeah, and it works as a head ornament.
Yeah, you look kind of hippie-esque there.
Yeah, if I was balding or something, it'd be perfect.
What do you have on there? Those like armadillos? Or what? Or is it a raccoon?
Armadillos. Yeah, armadillos.
Yeah, that's really
lots
nice.
of armadillos. It's nothing but armadillos. I kind of like some snakes and stuff too. Okay, so I guess that was Beau and Tell. Okay, so
That's nice.
Oh, and we didn't ever get some crisper images of these. You know what? Actually, you need a better Can you find baby RoboCop? Where is baby RoboCop? You really can't find him, Dubs. That's awesome. Can you, the viewer?
Oh,
find
okay,
him?
I see that. Yeah.
Oh, you see him now.
Yeah, okay.
Ding, 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 ding. Okay, so that was the baby RoboCop segment. All right, so we were talking about how many days. I'm trying to get people to understand that we are budding humans. We just barely figured out. We haven't figured out communication yet. Nobody knows what a word means. No one knows how to represent themselves or what representation is. We don't know basic things about how to exist as a society. So how many days ago did we discover irrigation? We were saying before 3 million days, because that's how many days. And you're saying that sounds like a long time ago.
Yeah, it feels too big to fathom, really.
Yeah, because we don't think of things in days, and I was just wondering maybe.
Well, just because it's the
8,000
magnitude,
years, huh?
magnitude of the number, right? 3 million of anything is a lot. Almost too many to like count.
Yeah. So then, it's not days, but how many lifetimes ago?
Right.
A whole lifetime of someone that lives like 80 years.
Uh-huh.
How many lifetimes?
Yeah.
Of 80-year lifetimes.
Because I saw it earlier, I know the answer, but
we know the answer as 100 lifetimes. That's all. That's what I was looking for.
Yeah.
Because that makes
generations, right? That many generations.
But it's not generations, because generations every 20 years. Really.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Okay, so that's fair. Okay.
So it's a lifetime. So there could be a person who had handed off a baton 100 connections ago.
Okay.
If they,
with the assumption that a lifetime is how many years?
80 years.
80 years. Okay.
Yeah, not a long time,
right?
Not an extraordinary amount of time. And so, 100 lifetimes, people can wrap their mind around that. It's like, oh, it's only 100 lifetimes ago. We were digging just digging a ditch to move water. Like that's the easiest, earliest. I mean, we were already doing hand axes, so we did that.
Mm-hmm.
But to really irrigate a dam.
Yeah. No, I think you could probably make that point in a few different ways. So yeah, we should bring in some new versions of that, like other things we had just learned to do that long ago, like. Right.
Oh yeah, like
like we like how far were we along with like language or whatever, right? Did we have how many languages were there? Did we have...
writing is sort of not too far after that.
Oh really? We did irrigation and then we had writing pretty soon after.
What they were doing in Sumeria, they would put little tokens, like if you're trading with somebody, like, oh, he's got 2 goat packs of goats and then some turnips or whatever. Mm-hmm. So they put these little tokens inside a clay ball. Then they started marking, because like, well, what's inside the clay ball? We don't have to open it up now. We just look and see what's on the outside.
Uh-huh.
And then so they realized, so it took like generations of this, right?
Yeah.
Where they're making clay tokens, they're putting them in balls, they're writing what the clay token is, and they realize...
This is like currency. This is like a form of currency, kind of?
It's like a contract.
Contract, okay.
So I guess the guy shows up and you're like, I guess this kid who showed up with these 2 goats says, that's all we got this time, where he took the goats and sold them, or who knows what, right?
Okay, so someone's going to bring goats, someone's going to bring something else, and this was all the...
Well, when you bring your package of stuff, I guess you're the delivery guy. This is my theory. I have no idea actually how, but you would bring the ball, the contract, and so the guy knows, okay, this is official, it's from this guy, it's got his mark on it, and what's in here, what's in the ball, okay, do I got everything I need, and let's make a check,
Oh, that's fascinating.
Inventory check, like you...
Right, but you can't actually see what's inside of it. So you have a contract that has...
Well, you would originally break it open, and then they realize, well, we don't have to break them open. If we keep trading the same amount, we can keep the ball already made. I don't have to pay a guy to make little tokens, you know what I mean?
Okay, yeah.
Because you got to get tokens from somewhere.
Right,
you got a guy to put them together. You got to get clay. And it's just like, just easier to keep a ball already there and just transfer the ball. Once you do that, now it's like, oh, well, this is right on the piece of...
Yeah, it's fascinating that that's how it evolved, like that currency evolving through... I guess a conglomeration of different things. Like, all right, I'll bring two goats and a sheep and a harem or whatever.
Yeah, it is so. It shows you how slow everything is. So when I say, when I realize, here are the answers to the universe. That's what I mean. Like, I'm just asking people to understand basics. Just if you understand what RQ is, you don't believe it. We're making massive progress. You wouldn't believe it. Just understand what a word is. Oh, massive progress in communication.
All right, we're gonna have to talk through, if we haven't sufficiently yet, how this translates to like our AI overlords kind of being part of the conversation.
Oh yeah, and the way people can be manipulated by it.
Well, or I mean, empowered by it. I think in some ways, right?
Yeah, but the real problem is our system of government is just that a small mini faction can have power, like the DSA in New York, and so. That's what we have. Now that means it's about who can manipulate the most people, and AI knows how to do that more than anything. I mean, they know how to even, AI will eventually understand how to get MSNBC, MS Now, to do whatever they want them to do. To get them to do what they, so they can get, just like everyone manipulated with Trump. They're all talking badly about Trump. They're advertising Trump.
But you say they like it's well, I mean, you say they, I guess maybe as a plural, but I wonder that we have a few different AI elements out there, kind of like, and I'd say that maybe different factions have different ideas on that whole element. So I don't know. I mean, I think that it might shake out to be more balanced than a kind of particular point of view on that sort of thing. I don't know, I guess we have to see how it evolves. But
right.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, we threw this in the last second. Yeah. This is a big deal. This is a real interesting answer to the universe kind of thing, because it simultaneous jurisdictions. This is what I was saying with homeless people. I was saying maybe we call them sovereign citizens and they're under a different jurisdiction. And that was just a name, sovereign citizen, unrelated to how we're using it now. But simultaneous jurisdictions would be, I guess, someone's under Sharia law and then someone's not, right? I mean, we're under the United States code, but someone comes here from a foreign country, and essentially already people who are the foreign diplomats,
yep.
They are under their own thing.
Yeah,
they're sort of diplomatic community.
Yeah, yeah. There's a variation on that for sure. Though, like, I wasn't ready to go quite as far as you kind of jumped in there when we were talking about this. I was thinking more like the laboratories of democracy, where we allow maybe more leeway amongst the different elements. Like a city might be able to enforce rules that we might consider unconstitutional to a degree, only because we're doing this laboratory of democracy kind of thing, right? So maybe you're saying like, oh yeah, all right, maybe in this, but everyone always has the right to leave. So,
you're thinking a single region would control one way of doing things.
Right, to an extent. I think that there's probably some fundamentals in the Constitution that you keep no matter what.
Okay, that's a different concept than what I'm saying here.
Yeah. So that's what I was thinking. Yeah. So yeah.
But that's an equally interesting thing. It's like, why not let every city go its own way, and then we see where things go? Because that's to really see how it could operate.
Right.
Yeah, and then that is how you have to do it, because if one group gives out free food, they're only going to give it out to like if the DSA says, you get free food and prostitutes, then you stand in line, but you have to be a member of the DSA. You have to vote for their way. You have to be under their jurisdiction.
Sure.
You don't get the free stuff.
Yeah.
But that would be the answer to the universe. These people would then learn that, oh my God, the people we give stuff to aren't contributing shit. This ain't working.
Right. Yeah. And the right to leave, though, I think you always have to have that, right? Like you can't keep people not let them escape and go elsewhere. Like you can always.
But that's a problem, because you committed what do you mean right to leave?
Well, no, like
I committed murder under this jurisdiction, and now
if you commit a crime, they can be pulled back in. Oh, yeah, someone has to be the arbiter. So like that's why I think we have to have the fundamental constitutional elements, right? Like
but that's what I mean. This is we're trying new things.
I mean, that's true. So like, okay,
you're giving up your constitutional rights. You're not part of the United States anymore.
Oh man, that's tough. Yeah, because like when I think of like the
wouldn't that be great to see how many people would actually do that? Oh, you hate you can be free. You can just right now, poof, you're not under the jurisdiction anymore.
Right. So we say we say suddenly New York has just decided to go full Sharia law. So we're like, all right, everyone in there, they can't really leave. We're just going to they can erect barriers. I'm like, no. Right. And like if you escape, they're like, no, you got to come back because you broke the law of no leaving.
That's actually what I want. I want random borders of cities being put up immediately overnight, and nobody can leave.
Right.
I want people to understand that you've got to start paying attention to what's going on in the political world.
Yeah, no, I mean, probably more consequences would be better in some ways, but no, that obviously, like, no, I think that's what makes democracy work, is the ability to, like, opt out. Like, oh no.
Yeah. But we don't have the ability to opt out. Can you renounce your citizenship? I mean, I hear people saying you can, I hear people saying you can't.
You can, but I mean, you have to get that out, right? You have to go somewhere else.
Right? Where do you get the idea that how sure are you? How much money you got on you?
That I can't leave the U.S.? What are you saying?
You can leave and be an expatriate.
Right. Oh, that's all I'm saying.
No, not be a citizen anymore and not responsible under this jurisdiction. Not have to pay taxes. Not have to do anything.
Oh, you're saying you can't renounce your citizenship and
I wonder about. I don't really know.
I see. For some reason, I thought you could renounce your citizenship, but I don't know the specifics of it.
Yeah, but if you can't, you're not free to go. So.
Yeah. No, I think that's fair. But I don't think you should be able to like jump back and forth, like, oh, I'm in, I'm out, kind of thing. I think it's kind of like if you renounce it, you're done. You can't just come back.
Do you know that if we had enough money, this is the problem. Like, I realize I don't know if I work well with money, because if I had like millions of dollars, we'd be doing a show from Malta. And what's the point of that?
Well, I mean,
the point would be it'd be awesome. Have you been to Malta?
No, but I've read about it.
You know about it? What it is? Where it is?
Yeah, I know, and I guess I know roughly. Yeah.
Oldest stuff, like before Göbekli Tepe, they were the oldest, human carving stuff.
I didn't know
anywhere.
that. Okay.
And it was like a massive, tons of, not just like religious sites here and there, like a Stonehenge. No, it was like nothing but like multiple Stonehenges. You know what I mean?
It's amazing artifact,
but not that size. It wasn't Stonehenge. It was more like Flintstones. Like a stone carved altars and with tables and chairs and.
Well, I've heard Stonehenge isn't that impressive to begin with, so yeah. Maybe. Yeah.
But it was like a complex because they're on an island. You can get you're rated very rarely.
Mm-hmm.
But then, so there's that, and then every level of society, medieval castles, all kind of stuff, advanced stuff, and modern times, and then party streets and casinos, and it's just
Well, you say we'd be having it from there. I mean, you'd have to like pull me out of the U.S. I'm not so keen to leave. Like,
you wouldn't go to Malta if I said I'm paying for your ticket.
I mean, I'd go for a show, but I don't know if I want to be there.
Right, we're not moving to Malta.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I guess that's a good point. Like, I might move to Malta.
Yeah. See,
if I had money, maybe I would never leave. Why would I leave Malta?
See. Oh, that's interesting.
Why would I just fly in guests if I had millions and millions?
Well, see, that's interesting because, like, at least me, I'm kind of committed to the American ideal, and like, I wouldn't want to go. Like, there's not a place I'd rather be in the U.S. in the world.
My God, they got you, bro.
Like, where would you rather be?
Malta is one place. What do you mean rather? I mean, but what do you mean permanently?
Well, no. I just think in terms of like, I believe in what we've done here as a society and the idea of the U.S., the American ideal. And so like, there's not anywhere else I want to be. And, like, other than the U.S. Like, maybe there's another place that could figure something out, but nothing has convinced me that it's better.
But you want to travel? I don't get it.
No, I love to travel. No, sure, but I'm just saying the affinity I have for the U.S. is like, I think we're the shining city on a hill. Like, we should own what we've done in the world and like.
Yeah, I have no sense of renouncing my U.S. citizenship.
Right.
I mean, I guess I have some sense in that it depends on who takes over, because. And then, that might change if the DSA took over and they were like implementing all the things.
I mean, it would be tough if the DSA became like
you've seen the things that they promoted. I didn't get it on here. Like, they sort of had a little meeting and they decided some things. It's the destruction of America, basically.
I mean, I know that they are so like hardcore.
Yeah,
like they are certainly not the American ideal. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's not going to be popular, and it's just going to drag the Democrats down.
It's just like. I mean, it's not just New York, but it's mostly New York, right? It's not. This is not endemic. This is.
No, in the universities. I know people specifically, dude.
No. I was going to say,
they've changed their lifestyle. They've annihilated all the relationships. They can't get out of this bubble.
Yeah, no, that's the crazy thing is like how much the higher ed has really kind of bought into this thing. But I don't. That's obviously not the U.S., right? That's certainly not. That is a minority representation, right? Like even those who've
the university students,
right? But I mean,
it's significant, and the way the legacy operates, 10% run the show.
Sure,
if you're the loud 10%.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's the beauty of democracy is that's not the case, right? If we really believe in it, like we used to, I think, have more like wait a minute.
What we have that you're calling democracy, what we have is plurality domination.
True.
16% is all it takes.
But I mean, I think there was a idea that kind of like the educated class would have kind of like some more say in what's going on. And I don't think that's the case like it used to be. Like I think that the broad populace is like, you know what, we don't need these experts like running things.
The intellectuals kind of got off on their own fart sniffing, and so
exactly.
Everybody's like, "What are you've lost your mind."
Yeah. Well, and they did, right? To an extent.
And they lose their credibility. And so that's the issue, is it's all a bullshit credibility that we feel, faith. Do you have faith in the news and all this? Right. And everybody's like, people have lost faith in the news. I'm like, thank God. Finally, people got the message.
Oh, see, that's why I'm torn.
Jesus Christ.
That's why I'm torn, because I do like the ideas of us having like a shared sense of like what's real.
Right. The voice of reality. Obviously, we should support that. Yeah. And we have the loudspeakers that say the voice of reality. And anyone who doesn't believe the voice of reality will be like, why don't you believe the voice of reality? What do you mean? He said the voice. You haven't heard it 1,000 times a day?
Right. Well, that's the problem, right? You need someone like at the speaker system being like.
So who controls the voice of reality?
Yeah, it can't be one voice.
What's the answer to that? Do we have it? Do I have a slide for it?
Oh. No, please. No, do you actually have it?
One-to-one representation. Okay. Yeah. So like that's how we could actually make decisions. Like, what do you believe is reality? Then that is reality. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I'm not disagreeing. I was just trying to like frame it in what we have now versus what we should have.
Yeah, but I want people to see that solution, because people sort of go, well, how could we ever do a thing like this or that, or find out how many people like this kind of ice cream? Well, there's one-to-one representation. There's an elected representation. You choose a representative, they speak on your behalf, and then everybody talks and they figure it out. If you don't like that person, it changes. So in 20 years, it's all worked out. You've got the guy that actually speaks on your behalf, and everything's being answered. We now know every single thing. And we're no more of these computer mouse that just go dead. No more of that. This thing's, it just goes dead. Like right now, see? It's not, I can't, this doesn't even bring it to life. I have to click on it. What? That would never exist in the computer world, because if the board would have said 99.99. How many? Would anyone ever want a mouse to go dead? Are you on an island? A Gilligan's Island scenario? You're just running out of power so much that you can't control yourself, and you don't have the software to enter it because the professor didn't give enough hand jobs from Mary Ann or something. Okay, so anyway, where are we? We're moving on, or I don't even know.
Yeah, let's move on.
Okay, rant hole, sorry. So this is in the news. 39% of Illinois counties exploring secession now.
Oh my gosh.
7 of them are voting on it. It looks like they're going to vote for it.
Are they seceding from Chicago, or from
they're exploring secession
from the US?
Illinois?
Oh, from Illinois. Mm-hmm. Where are they going to go? Are they going to be like a sub-state?
Canada. No, they are going to be United States. Yeah, just a separate state.
Okay, just new state.
I think that's how it works. And either way, this is the new thing that's going to be, we're going to be looking at this, because like Washington, Oregon, those are completely split. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like Washington, Oregon on the left is like a completely different group of people than the right. And this is where, if we had one-to-one representation, we realize, okay, this is where we are, guys, and it's cooperative. It's like, yeah, these city woke-tards would go, well, why do we want these mountain idiots, mountain racists, So they would just like easily separate. We don't like them.
But separation is not like, what do you mean separate?
Separate states. Well, like, just for instance, what if Washington, Oregon became its own thing on the left, and then Washington, Oregon on the right became its own state?
Okay. I mean, I think I get generally where you're going there.
Yeah, that's probably not bureaucratically how it could possibly be, because of the difficulty of that kind of contraption. States trading counties and stuff. I mean, I don't even know what becomes Oregon. Oregon is more of the interior than Washington. It could be that way.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's part of me is that's where I think my old school kind of like, we can't just my Chestertonian element is like, oh God, what are we doing here?
But this is what I'm saying. Like, what if everyone in that region, one-to-one representation, once we have our cube and we understand what we're doing, if everyone in that region agrees to that plan?
Obviously, not everyone in the region would agree, but maybe what you're saying, like, critical
mass?
Like,
what would be everybody? 87.5% or more, right?
Yeah. Maybe in the same level it would take to do a constitutional amendment, if we say that same threshold, which isn't that high, right? Like,
but my bottom line point is, like, if we realize that everybody wants this, then yeah, it's going to happen.
Yeah.
I mean, this is what I mean. It just happens because everyone knows we want it. It's the cat's out of the bag. Once we all start saying we all want free vanilla ice cream from the government, we're going to get free vanilla ice cream from the government.
Yeah.
Maybe that's where we start.
Free vanilla ice cream?
On one day a year, free vanilla ice cream. And then once everyone's like eating free ice cream, they're like, holy shit. We can just ask for anything we want? Yes, dipshit.
Oh, but isn't that like, oh man, that's one of the fundamental flaws of like democracy is like once you figure out that you can vote yourself for free money, that's when it all implodes.
Yeah, but then, I mean, if we had an actual democracy, if we had one-to-one representation, there'd be the conservatives run the show with one-to-one. Right? Remember? So are conservatives going to be for like free everything? No. They're like, I like the free ice cream. That was nice on the 4th of July.
That's the thing is like I used to think that, but like now I feel like conservatives traditionally, or at least the Republican Party, has kind of gotten into the whole populist element where they're like, I'm kind of into like Social Security and Medicare, Medicaid, and I don't know, maybe we can like.
Yeah, we reward that kind of thing. So that's how that is. So they're seceding and whatnot. So this is the Sam and Ralph I keep referencing. It seems to be like pervasive because it's how do you deal with people who are your enemies in your day job, but at night we need to associate or not associate. Like I don't want to associate with woke people because they're Nazis to me, but I do want to associate to the necessary amount, like in a body of elected representatives. If I was to have a person on my show, of course they're invited on the show. I would want to invite the opposites, and any kind of thing. So, but it's not like I want them coming to my birthday party,
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah. So that go back to that for a second. I just was kind of like noticing how close they are. It is almost like a European level or maybe like Indian level as close.
Oh, right. That is sexual assault in America.
Yeah, that is some intimacy there.
Yeah. And do you know this is not Wile E. Coyote?
That's who I thought it was.
Yeah, it's not. The red nose tells you it is not. It's a different character. Ralph Wolf is his name.
Okay.
And
was he like the smarter of the brothers or something? Like he's not the one that got.
Oh, maybe he's a brother? I don't know the genealogy of the Coyotes. He's not the smarter of these two apparently, right? It was always Sam.
I don't think I ever saw one of these cartoons.
Sam would just be sitting there. This guy goes through all this effort to build a contraption to get the sheep, and then Sam's always there at the last minute, right there, just sitting there, just grabbing him and,
and enforcing the law. Okay.
Yeah, doing a little, boing, 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 right? Okay. So that's this. So that it just grabs him and dominates him.
The long arm of the law.
Yeah. So one-on-one, he dominates him. So he's got to sneak around and steal the sheep.
Yeah. Which that image perfectly kind of like shows like. Who's the dominant? Who's the boss here?
Right. Oh, hi. Guess it's that time. So when you're meeting a homo in person, they are never your enemy. We talked about this last time.
We did, and I'm still skeptical.
Oh.
Especially because there's no apostrophe. So.
Where?
You? The second.
Oh, yeah. No, we've done away with that. That was the boar. Easy.
Okay. The board decided.
Board decided. Prove me wrong. Board decided. Okay, so, well, that's it. I mean, I can, pearls before swine, so if you don't get it, you don't get it. Law of Moses. I don't know why that came in like, okay. Don't forget to clock out. Okay, that's the concept, right? Don't forget to clock out, put it all beside you, and that's behind you, and it's redundant, and just, have a night life where you're this night creature that comes out and loves everything.
I like it. I'm just, I don't know, it feels a little kumbaya for me. I don't know, but I feel like I do have enemies, but I don't have so many. But I feel like there are some that are enemies, right? Like,
okay, so have as many enemies as you want. What do you mean? If you're not comfortable, then you're not comfortable.
Well, I'm saying like, I want to feel like almost everyone I can deal with, but there's certain people I can't, right?
Well, what I'm saying, okay, so when you deal with a person in real life, because who's like a person you would not, enemy?
Let's say someone that,
who's a famous person is an enemy?
A famous person is an
enemy?
Well,
that way you're not revealing any personal
sure.
things about yourself.
Right. I guess I was thinking more kind of the people that just have a view of society that I can't you clearly want to undo what we have in the United States, right? You are just not on board with the idea of democracy.
Right, so they're enemy. Ocasio-Cortez?
Oh, see, I don't know because I feel like she's...
Mamdani?
Not exactly, but I think there are people where I'm like, no, these people are like purely socialist. Like there are subsects of that are just like...
Okay, so a UT student who loves Mamdani, has all these tattoos, woke stuff, and has woke flags.
That's fine, but
name a person that you actually...
so there are people that are part of like, they're subsects of the DSA that are kind of like, we believe in Maoist ideology. Like, we literally want communism. And that's where I'm like, okay, that to me is like, you're my enemy.
Okay, so you can't think of anyone specifically.
Well, someone of that.
That's even better. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
So you have this idea of an enemy.
Yeah.
Okay, that's the idea of an enemy. You met a communist. What would they have? A sickle and hammer tattooed on their head.
Exactly. Yeah.
They're like Death to America shirt.
Right.
They'd wear a shirt like they would say some kind of thing like this. And this spewing hate towards America. Mm-hmm. That person, when you see them in real life, like they're going to be walking past you at a protest.
Right. Yeah. I'm not just going to like tackle them and beat them up like this. I guess.
I mean, they are never your enemy. They're not your enemy. That person is not the enemy. It's that idea, the group that they belong to is the enemy.
Fair. That's right. That's fair.
Be against Christianity, not Christians. Christians are always right. Christianity is always wrong. It just so happens. Except for be nice to people, but the Christians don't seem to get that one. Leave politics, voting, and protests behind. Elect representatives. This is the way we avoid all this crap. If you can get it, you get it. If you're not, I don't know. This is old stuff, right? Words mean only. We've talked about this. This is, yeah.
Wait, can we go back to that one?
This?
I don't remember that.
The empty room analogy? You see a new way of thinking. There's a new area of thinking. Mm-hmm. I think people don't realize, they don't see anything. You're looking at an empty warehouse. Here's a new way of thinking. You open it and it's like, wow, this is a big empty space. But there are ideas in there because of idea permanence. Ideas exist without you understanding them. They exist in this new way of thinking. And you're seeing, obvious reality is open, empty warehouse, nothing's in here. But you know that there are ideas in there that you can't see. So, just realize reality. Do you see how that's reality? There are actual ideas in this area of thinking.
I'm not sure you're wrong. I'm just not sure how to interpret that. That doesn't like trigger ideas in my mind. Like, oh, I see what you're talking about there.
Yeah, I mean, it's basically we needed some sort of examples, but when you, it goes along kind of with the idea of there's a physical, mental, and a social. And when you see the world that way, you see something physically happen, and you see it mentally happen, and you realize, oh, there's some social aspect to that. Because that's another realm, that's this extra room that must exist. Because if there's three types of reality, you kind of have this extra way of thinking. But basically, it's just realizing that there might be different ways of thinking about things. And so, when you realize that, oh, you could interpret it that way, there's probably a billion ideas in that whole category, whereas we just don't know, we don't recognize anything.
Yeah, I don't think that's fair.
We talked about these things, I think. AI can manipulate the propaganda machines that we have due to our plurality-only system. So that's my concern. When you bring up AI, what could they do? Well, I mean, they could immediately manipulate us across the board. They could make anything happen. It's easy to get any news station to talk about something, an rogue AI even by itself or whatever, or someone with a powerful manipulation of it.
Yeah, I don't think that that's a wrong way to be skeptical of it, but I am also, I think, open to the idea that there's going to be a somewhat democratic emergence of this thing.
But you say democratic, what do you mean? Plurality
I'm saying,
only?
I'm thinking of the idea that I have my own AI and I get to train it in the way I want, and like it, this thing that
people will be protected by their own algorithms.
Right, yeah, whatever choices they want to make. And granted, those can be manipulated. There's like meta elements of it, but I feel like there's a piece of that there's a possibility for something more.
Oh, there's certainly a possibility that we can control what we want to do. Like, I mean, first of all, no matter what they do, if you trained an AI to just stop commercials, an AI can skip the ad, mute the TV.
Yeah.
Very easily we can see how it could do that. So yeah, they can protect themselves,
Yeah,
there's that.
And I think there's options.
But we're dancing on this nuclear weapon. We were dancing on this dynamite. Here, plurality only system. All it takes is, like in New York, like it's happening right now in reality. 15.6% of the population voted for something, and now everybody has to do it. So.
Yeah, well, I think that's where our system, with the built-in checks and balances we have, give us some like salvage. Like, one, we have the Constitution.
Yeah.
we have certain things require 60% vote, not just plurality, right? So like for things that pass the Senate or whatever, right? Like for like we got a few things built in to kind of help us from plurality only tyranny of the majority.
Yeah. And so one of the most frightening things the DSA voted on was they want to get rid. I wish I have this on my phone. They want to get rid of every branch of government except for one house. They want to get rid of the Senate, Supreme Court, and the executive branch, I guess.
Yeah, they just want the House.
Yeah, that's like, oh my God, what are you talking about? That's exactly the whole communist approach. You know, we just need to dominate. If we just get concentrated power at the highest level.
And that when I think of that, I think of like my enemy. That is a person who wants to undo everything the U.S. stands for, right?
But that's all the more reason that person needs to associate with you in a casual way and engage in conversation so they can see, oh, you're not a monster. You don't believe all these things. You know, just that's where all that kind of natural.
I mean, the people that want to have these debates in good faith, I would love to have those debates. But man, it's just so hard for me to have that conception that you want to undo everything this country kind of was founded on. Like that, it's just almost like you've done no research, right? So we're gonna have to go back to the beginning. Like, okay, you have no idea why this country was founded, and the ideals that they like uphold. You're a part of it, but you have no respect for it. It's kind of like you're pissing all over the U.S. with your ideas. But
but if we were to have one-to-one representation in what we taught children, some people would want to teach hatred of the U.S., some would want to teach love. And that is the perfect thing to teach them. Here's what all these people think. And so you'd see, you'd see exactly what's going on. Thomas Jefferson, had great ideals and all this and that, but holy shit, what a dick in real life. I mean, his slave children that he knew were his, they're slaves, and fuck you.
Yeah. Well, then, anyway. Yeah. It wasn't a total dick, but yeah, a lot of these guys had a lot of faults. So yeah.
Right.
Even Washington,
Washington. Well, did he even give his slaves away after his death?
I'm not sure about that.
It just seems like, how you treated your slaves is a big deal. Because the thing is, they all knew this was wrong. We're wrong, but we got to keep it for whatever reason,
Yeah, you think they must have known, but it's hard to say in their heart. But yeah, I mean, it's hard to imagine otherwise. But it's also hard to put yourself in that same sort of.
And what a crazy thing! There's creating a nation. They knew this was created. They got older, and he was president, and they did this things. It's like this is sticking around. This is not just a revolution that's going to be the king's going to come back and take over. Yeah. Like. You won the war, and you're doing your thing.
It felt like it's on a knife edge the whole time. Right?
But why wouldn't they have said, like, wait a minute, let me imagine the future, generations from now, are we going to have slaves everywhere? What the hell's going on? I mean...
Yeah. Well, I think a lot of them knew that wasn't the case. But
they immediately voted for no new slaves to be imported, right?
Yeah.
And that drastically reduces it. Like, very few slaves went to U.S. compared to Brazil and the South America and all that.
Oh, I don't know those numbers, but...
Oh, God, yeah. It was like maybe 5-10% went to the U.S. Because it's all about plantations.
Right.
The Caribbean, Haiti and all that, all these things. In Central America, for whatever reason, they needed the cooperation of those guys to get the coffee thing. Because it's in this coffee book I'm reading.
That's like, bring those receipts for the next one. That'd be interesting. I'd be interested to hear some more about that.
Yeah. Okay, so we're fucked. It's plurality only. That's the reason. Okay, so determining semantics. Oh, so now that you understand what a word means, I mean, you've always understood it. I need to empower you. Now that you have realized your own potential understanding and your power.
My petards have been hosted by themselves. Yeah.
Your what? Petards?
I've hoisted myself by my own petard or whatever.
Wait, what is an actual petard in AOE 2? It's a unit.
Yeah, no, I thought it was something you wore, but now I'm second guessing that based on what I know that other.
Oh, I need to look it up. Okay, so but yeah, I'm sure it's correct. Because Dubs is never wrong because he knows what words are. Qualify. So when you're so the difference between these two things, that one thing qualifies as, and then to the degree of. There's two kind of meanings of words. Mm-hmm. Like you're a fascist. you qualify as a fascist is one way of looking at it. Have you met the qualifications? You're about this fascist, so you're not a fascist because you haven't qualified.
Okay.
But you are a fascist to the degree of, and technically everyone would be a fascist to the 0th degree.
Yeah. We're all like 1% racist. Well, maybe not. Maybe not.
Zero,
like
but
50%
even
racist.
well, technically 0. I guess if you mathematically want to look at it, someone could be 0%, whatever the hell you're talking about.
Okay. I have a hard time picturing that since it's almost like subconscious. I think we're all racist to a degree, but maybe that's not true.
Well, yeah, but I mean, depending on how you're saying it, I mean,
No, I was just using that example.
yeah. But whatever you use, there could be someone who, but what about someone who's in a coma? Are they racist? They don't even recognize race already.
That's fair.
They're
Right. Someone
never been told anything. They're wolf girl. What is she racist? She doesn't know anything. Oh God.
still think she's racist.
Well, Dubs thinks you're racist, wolf girl. You had a rough life to begin with. Welcome to the world. You're racist, bitch. The question of when questioned. Okay, so the question of when questioned, whose meaning are we going with? So, when questioned, whose meaning are we going with? So, are you hungry? Whose meaning of hungry are we going with? When you say yes, are we going with your meaning or my meaning? Do you see the confusion?
So yeah. So like we established that the utterer kind of has the meaning that as they defined it, but then when there's a response to it, it does feel shared to me. So,
but it's not even shared. In reality, it's just that person saying to them that word means this, and they'll just respond according to their own meaning.
When questioned, whose meaning are we going with? You're trying to make a distinction between the utterance and now there's been the acceptance of the question, whose meaning are we going? I don't feel like we've gone past that threshold of where the person has heard and interpreted the word. Is that what you're saying? Or they haven't heard and interpreted, but now we're still going with the original?
So what the example, I guess, is, are you hungry? Whose meaning of hungry, what does hungry mean, that word? Right. Obviously it comes from my mouth, it means what I think is hungry.
Yes.
But when then you say, yes, I am hungry, it means what you think it's hungry. And then that's just the bottom line reality.
I think when, like, if we're going to go with your original interpretation, you said the meaning of what you said is what you meant to say. And I heard a word, and my response is what I interpreted what you meant to say. My interpretation of
what I meant to say, not necessarily. Yeah. So exactly, we don't know. We don't even know if it's what you thought it was or what you think I think it was. Right. It happens all the time. Because like homo, if someone asks me, "Are you a homo?" Like if I'm walking in the gay district, someone asks you, "Are you a homo?" I would probably say no, even though I know I'm a homo. I do a show where I'm the homo that hosts the show. Nothing but homos over here, but there might be homosexuals what they're talking about.
I would say it's just you're couching your definition because you know they have a different interpretation, their meaning of the word that they
we're always trying to look at what the other person's meaning is, or it's what a third party would interpret, even worse,
Yeah. But I think
because we're being recorded and people think of this and
sure. Yeah, for sure.
So this is what I mean, the chaos of the meaning of words. No one really understands, first of all, what a word is, and then once you understand it, like, okay, well, let's have some rules and structure that when you answer a question, it's what this guy thinks it is, or that, or not, or maybe we don't know, we'll never know. But meanwhile, we're not communicating. If you say yes to something, we don't know what's been said.
Right, yeah, because there's always that fear, because it's like, I'm trying to respond in a way where we have a shared understanding of something, right? So I'm going to try and say something that corresponds to what both of us believe is that thing, right? Let's go get pizza. All right, well, he thinks, sandwiches are pizza for whatever reason. So now we're going to be like, okay, this means we're going to go get pizza sandwiches or whatever. I'm going to try and interpret it that way.
Yeah, I guess you have to include a contingent statement. I mean, a definition, you're saying, are you hungry? Meaning to be fully communicating. And so usually if someone asks if they're hungry, no, there's no confusion. But if like, are you a socialist is a different question. Because I would say I'm a socialist if you're talking a certain way, but not if you're talking in public or anything where anyone would hear me, because that means you're a communist psychopath.
Yeah. So here's my way, I think, to enhance that, right? Because I think I've heard several like TED Talks where they talk about communication, and one way you do that is like restating the thing they said in different words. It's almost like double entry accounting. So, you said something, I'm going to say it in a slightly different way to make sure that we have communication, we have a shared understanding of what these words are. Because you said it this way, I'm going to restate it in a slightly different way that I think means the same thing.
Yeah, so that's how you can take control of that conversation. If someone's saying something to you and you don't know what they mean, they're not giving their definition.
Right, yeah. You're saying, here's how I understood what you said and how I'm responding.
Right. So this is what I mean. Like once we understand the meaning of words, we can now start communicating. When it's man on the street interviews, which is where the rubber meets the road on politics and people talking to each other. There's a lot of politics, talk there.
Absolutely, yeah.
And so that's where you would go and go, okay, well, if you mean it this way, da 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 da. So even being asked a question, so if as the asker, you have a duty to maybe give the meaning of what your phrases are, but then you're going to sound annoying and whatever. But if you're the askee, you can back it up. Even if they don't do it, you can back it up with what your interpretations.
Yeah. But I think that's beautiful though. Even though it may seem like you're being evasive, it's like I'm trying to understand what you're telling me. So here's my thought.
And that's what I think is beautiful about understanding the meaning of words. Like especially with your girlfriend, when a girlfriend talks to you and they say some gobbledygook like what, and you're like, it doesn't make any sense to me because I think logically, and you're saying that there's some kind of what is the problem? The fridge is open or what? And so I'm trying to understand you, and you can understand this person.
Yeah. There's always that like not sounding condescending when you do that. There's like some art to that I have not quite figured out.
I have the art of being condescending, maximizing condescension.
Right.
I do. I mean, that's actually something everyone will say to me. I'm condescending. And then my retort is every single time, are you kidding me? I have the answers to the fucking universe. Of course I'm condescending to you. I'm coming down from the mountain with the answers to the universe. Yeah. But like, it's on an issue. I mean, obviously, if I'm being a dick, like pretending to be saying that girls are bad or whatever, that's a joke. But like, if I'm genuinely talking about like one-to-one or something, this is something that I've thought through. This is not just some,
No, you're Moses.
I'm not high. I'm like, oh, what if we all just elected our representatives? Yeah. I am Moses. Yeah, that's why I need to have like a robe and a shield.
You need to etch it into stone so you have.
Right. And just like, I'm sorry, in the middle of the conversation, do you recognize who I am? Are you sure you don't... You see this? You know what this means? What does 2 up and 2 down mean? Okay, so it means I'm bright. I live in reality. So have we squeezed this lemon?
I think I'm curious let's revisit it next time based on like what you.
But this is a real dilemma. Like what do we do in society? And so I think we answered it. Actually, yeah, we answered the problem here.
Okay.
Because you're saying you who understand what words mean and what words are, that the meaning of a word only is what the speaker thinks it means. You who understand that, you are the one who brings meaning of the words into the conversation. And you do it in a comfortable way, just like as you're responding, you bring it up. Oh, well, if you mean this is what I would say. If you mean this is what I would say. So and if you're also the one asking the question, you of course bring it up. So that's perfect. That's really more answers to the universe. So the concept of "let's go" is a progressive statement.
Ooh.
Have we been saying you were saying "let's go" earlier?
I kind of use that statement on occasion. I never really thought of it as progressive. Now you're making me like second guess.
I'm loving it. Let's go. Let's go with the destruction of America. Let's go. Just look, America has a hangover. We need to put it to bed. Break that little burnt neck. No, I love America. This is just a statement. This is protesting for America. Okay, so more. I want more blood. More. What do you mean? See, I'm saying, look, there's only this much blood that has covered America. I'm saying, just get the rest of the world. Let's go.
I feel like we need to get over our bender. But all right.
Let us move forward. So go. Doesn't it kind of imply forward? Let us go. Well,
I think you're right in general, but I think that it can mean other things, right? Like,
right. I mean,
let's go fight this impingement on our rights. Or what.
But okay, let us go. So what does that mean? Just let us go. We're literally saying that.
We're making movement.
Well, you're not restrained anymore.
Mm-hmm.
So what are you able to do? Move forward. Where do you want to move?
Yeah.
You want to move where you want to move.
Yeah.
So let us move where we want to move is really actually what it means.
Yeah. So you could say, let's go back into the foxhole, I guess.
Yeah. So conservatives to say, no, let's go means, yeah, exactly. It's whatever you want to do. That's what I mean. Let's go. Everyone for himself. Hide in the foxholes, conservatives, because progressives are going to take over. We're going to get our shit together. We're going to fix all these retard woke dipshits and fucking set them straight. Because they have nowhere to go. I mean, they have nowhere to go. But women have peenies. I mean, you have nowhere to go. You know, you need me, for the love of God. You need anyone from Gen X apparently would be the dream come true. This is already. Wait, do you know what?
Oh, are we talking about like what?
When I say the grain in the mountain.
Oh, so I think of the what is it? The parable. Every mountain was started by a grain or whatever kind of thing.
Oh, but okay, sometimes I'll use the example of you're saying we do have elected representation. I'm like, yes, we have a grain of representation
right.
and a mountain of not elected representation.
Yeah.
So, do you see what that means?
I see what you're saying. I think that to me, we have more than a grain.
Yeah, you're saying you have more than a grain. Okay, yeah. But yeah, that's just so you know what the.
Well, I don't think we have a mountain, but I think we have more than a grain.
But sometimes people will say, well, technically he's the guy in charge. Yeah, the grain in the mountain. Like he's in charge, but everyone else is not. How much is he not in charge? You know,
right?
Like, he has no control of what's going on actually. Or,
yeah. There's like a little mini mountain over here that you're not paying attention to.
Yeah, as a fact is the grain, and reality is the mountain. Okay, we're down into things that I've not. Face it, trace it, replace it. I need to do that with like alcohol or something. I don't know. We didn't do a progress report like how much alcohol I've had. In fact, I don't even know. It's immeasurable now because everyone was tapping into the benchmark when I was here over the weekend. And I think that's all we had for this thing.
Okay.
What time did we start? Good God. Okay.
Let's see. We're almost 6. I feel like, let's see, we got at least maybe a couple hours in.
Yeah. So let's close out the technical show, which is like, what do you need to say in closing?
Oh, I think in closing, I mean, I thought this was a good conversation. I think, yeah, I'm pretty happy with. I feel like we've made some progress. I think in terms of our communication.
Yeah.
I feel like this, like since we started, this is like feeling like a little bit more back and forth with more shared
because
terminology.
Do you feel like these fundamental concepts I've gotten across, like what a word is?
Yeah.
So now we can build on that. That's what I mean. Like now we can build on what the concept is of what we're talking about.
Yeah. I think you're about to agree with me on everything.
Yeah, I do because it's 1-to-1. So, you could be representative. Should I run for some sort of office?
What are you thinking?
Okay, so here's one thing I'm thinking. Should I run for an actual office for like a city council? Then that way it'd be official. People would have to report on it.
Right.
And I would be saying, yeah, I'm for only having a board of representatives of District 7 or whatever the hell it is.
Yeah.
I don't even know what we're in. Do you know what this district is?
Oh, gosh. Well, I might be in a different district than you, but let's see.
South Austin is whatever.
It's on my voter registration card, but I've forgotten.
But whatever South Austin is, that district, just, before creating a board to determine whatever. And that would be it. And I'm simply just saying that. I mean, that right there gets the word out of what are we talking about? I mean, this is the concept he's saying. And no one doesn't have to, you don't have to vote for me or not. So I don't actually want to be a city councilman, right?
No, I think
who the hell would want to do that?
I love that idea. So, which are you gonna work? Like, are you gonna choose a party? Are you gonna run independent? What are you thinking?
Yeah, I don't know how you would do it. Whatever party would have me, I guess it'd be
right. I feel like Democrats are more like they're kind of like up for whatever these days, right?
Well, that's there's that side of it, But it'd be a strange character to be coming in there going, well, you're all a bunch of Nazis, but I would like to take your Nazi party and try to, clean it up.
Right. Yeah, I think as long as you don't have like...
You know what? I bet the fucking goddamn, all these liberals would be like, oh, I see what you're saying. Because they probably are like, God, these guys are really Nazis.
Right. Well, I think of what the
They're calling me racist at every turn.
Well, I think like Plattner kind of hit this interesting spot where they're like, this is the person that would appeal to the other side some. So we got to like embrace this idea of like this Oysterman kind of whatever, right? So like, I feel like you might hit that same kind of like sweet spot for them. They're like, well, we don't really know what conservatives, maybe this conservative-esque kind of person.
Oh, right. The way they are all like, maybe Hassan Piker is the way to go. You know, the Democrats really have no idea what's going on in the world.
Right. Yeah,
at all.
There's just some shibboleths you need to like say to like make them believe, right? Like, oh wait, yeah, no, you know, I'm for something some crazy idea.
Well, I mean, it's just reality. Is it? Conservatives should always have say of what happens.
Yeah, that's
progressives should always be there. Promoting what they're saying. So we're always coming together. Progressives are coming together. We're formulating ideas. We're working this out. No, you can't say women don't have penises. No, you can't do no cops. You can't kill cops. Stop telling cops to kill themselves. You know, we would just, all that would be, you know, squashed at the level of where we're presenting ourselves. And then we would present our things. And then the conservatives would have to say, you know, maybe 1 year they say no, 2 years they say no. At some point they're going to have to say, well, that makes the most sense of anything because it's sensible. And look, conservatives, we all know people who call themselves conservative, who just want to stick in the mud, they just don't want to change. They're as socialist as anybody.
Yeah, apparently. Once you convince them, they are.
Yeah. They call it a social safety net.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh, you're for a social safety net of gazillions of dollars. Well, what the fuck are you? I'm trying to get conservatives to realize they are socialist. If you want shared roads, you're a socialist, okay? So, like, I am for less socialism, but if we're gonna have socialism like everybody fucking wants, let's have it. Where everyone's shared, everyone gets their money no matter what. You don't have to sign up. You have to sign up for SNAP, you gotta sign up for this. No, everyone gets free money if we're giving out free money like we already are. It just seems like straightforward.
Yeah.
But, okay, so then I run for office, that's one thing. Or I run for an imaginary office like Sector 12, Boar of the Universe or something, you know what I mean? Like just an imaginary thing and then make signs and then...
No, I think the real office would at least be a good way to like kind of like show like here's a way to like put this out into the existing world and how we would interact with it.
Yeah. I would have to be honest about, I actually genuinely... I don't want to make this kind of sausage. Like, I don't want to do this. I will actually go with the boar. Okay, whoever you guys choose will be my people who tell me what to do.
Oh, I love that. But I think I think people would love that shit. Like,
but can you imagine? We could easily override the whole thing with just the people. And Austin loves the whole people power. Yeah. So imagine you show up at a meeting. So if you're willing to show up at a meeting, I could have the boar of which. Let's imagine it's. What are they even called? Sector 7? What is it?
Oh God, I'm not sure what you're talking about.
The city council members, they're called sections. What are they called?
Is that right? That's where I'm sadly ignorant about what's going on.
I just said it earlier. It doesn't matter. But whatever they are, so whoever's from that, the actual board, whoever elects them, and then if it starts off with only 55 people voted, I'll be like, hey, you idiots. I mean,
right, yeah.
But I can't make it any easier.
But they only get proportional representation, right? So they get 55 of X, right? So they can only have so much influence.
But what if it is? So that's what I mean is like, let's say the city council's meeting. I'm up there as a city councilman or person or whatever they call them now.
Yeah.
City council homo, and I'm up there, and it's the question is, should we veto something or not? They would be in the audience, like holding up green and red. You know what I mean?
You're gonna have your board representatives out there, like,
and they would tell me every single thing to do. Full takeover of the people.
But wouldn't you like have some judgment there or no?
Of course I would. I'd have to. I mean, if they told me to like do something illegal.
Okay, so you're gonna. So yeah, maybe that's where it's like.
I would override the board. It's a boss-board relationship, so it's nothing new.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes you get what you want, but where are you going to go? Where are you going to go, huh?
Yeah.
Who's got democracy? No one but me. That's why, I become...
Yeah, but I think so long as you recognize, like, hey, look, my board says this, I'm overriding them this time because of X. But, like, so long as you're, I think, transparent about that piece of it, I think that everyone would be like, okay.
Overriding the board. And I would have a handle to them. Overriding the board. Right.
No, I love this idea only because I think it adds some like traction to the. All right, this is how you put this into society. This is how you coexist.
Yeah, because how do you explain it to somebody but by saying this is how someone could do it?
Right,
I mean,
yeah,
this is a real thing, and it is not about getting votes, and so that would have to be right up front. Like if you're thinking you're going to give money to the campaign and this is about getting votes, no, you're missing the point. We're trying to get people to understand what elected representation is. You know.
Yeah, and I think how to provide feedback to that system, right? Like, I'm now part of this board. How do I like have my voice? You know, like
God, what if I was then forced to be independent and go door to door to get signatures of some crap, right?
oh yeah, they're saying like this is what we want you to do. We want you to do like
Well, no, if the Republicans and Democrats don't want to allow me to run in their race,
yeah. I mean, that doesn't sound like the worst thing though. Like only because there's more independence.
well, then that
anyway.
would force me to go door to door and have to explain. Well, I'm forced by the whole system to
Yeah, I mean,
pin you down.
I think that might not be as bad as you think though. Only because there's so many independents out there. I feel like they're like looking for the opportunity to vote for someone else. I am like, give me an independent name out there that isn't crazy.
Yeah. I mean, there's all kinds of votes. I mean, Leslie Cochran, you know, homeless. Remember? Did you ever?
Yeah. I mean, I think I did. I guess I didn't realize the last name. Like, I
Cochran of all things.
Okay.
A man that is trans-dressing. He's a transvestite. I don't think he went by a female. So you have modern people that refer to him as she. And I'm like, well, what are you talking about? Leslie was a guy. He didn't pretend to be a woman. He was had a beard.
Well, isn't that a cross-dresser? Not a
cross-dresser, transvestite?
Okay. Oh, interesting.
Transvestite would mean transvestite, you know, like your vesture.
Crazily, I just never realized that was what.
Right. It sounds terrible, transvestite. It sounds like there's some sort of mental. Well, I mean, I guess there is a mental thing. You know, why would you be specifically having to choose these clothing?
This vestment, yeah, interesting.
But it really, if transvestiting.
Well, it's funny because that's a word that's not even in the. No one says that anymore, right?
Well, I have a kilt. Is that? I mean, at what point does it become transvestite? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I have a broad, frilly, underwear, frilly female underwear.
Yeah. You wear a wig, it's like.
I wear a wig. Actually, I was thinking about wigs because I mean, since I do feel like I'm really getting closer to the baldness.
Are you kidding me? You got a lot of hair. What are you talking about?
Oh no. Only if you. There's like. They're millimeters apart, dude. You can count these on top.
Yeah.
Down the front. But that's always been the case, so I don't know. It's a slow going thing. I'm not worried about it. It's the least of my problems. I got all kinds of problems. I got like this clitoris on my forehead, which is like a malformation or something. And I go to have it looked at by a skin doctor, and she's immediately like, okay, well, let's check out all this acne. Okay, we got it with acne, is a major acne face. And I'm like, oh, acne, I wasn't here for the acne, but good to know that I have like a major acne problem to you. But good thing I waited forever, and then you're not, and I asked her about that, and she's like, oh, you can't do anything about that. What? I feel like I could take a razor and cut out whatever the hell is causing this bulge. But it does feel good when I touch here a little bit. Do you know what? So on the note of the clitoris, I just realized one of my things is always, how do girls understand how a penis works? Because if you watch pornography, as I have a couple of times, you notice that there are porn actresses that are career porn actresses that do not know how a penis works. Apparently, they don't seem to understand where the pleasurable parts to touch a penis are. And I'm like, that is a fascinating thing. How is it that you're in an industry? It's like a bricklayer that doesn't know how to stack bricks. I don't know what is going on here.
I mean, I don't know if that's true. Don't you think that?
You want evidence? Do we need to
No, what I'm saying is there's pure pleasure isn't the only thing they're doing, right? There's a time period they need to maximize, right? So it's you can't provide maximum pleasure at all moments.
Oh, you're saying it's the artistry of holding back and withholding.
Sure, yeah.
Until a certain time. Absolutely, and we'll give them all whatever credit they do. I mean, I'm all for fellatio, so that is absolutely. The fellatio industry, I'm completely involved and I want to support as a city councilman. Member, what do they even call them? I don't even know what you're called. as a city council homo, I think is really what I should call myself. Okay, so, but so as you know, porn actresses. What was I getting towards? There was some penis envy or something there.
Yeah.
Oh, I learned that the clitoris like goes inside the body or something, or like there's like sprouts out of the clitoral organ.
Oh God,
I mean, I don't even, I'm like, how old? I'm 57 years old now, and I'm like learning more about the clitoris? Or is this AI? See, this is the problem. Like these poor kids, everything's going to be like, it's all AI. Because I've seen animals, you know, like before AI, I've seen animals like from the ocean and all that I've never seen before, you know.
Oh, okay.
You're always seeing new kinds of creatures.
Sorry, my mind was still in the porn.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
These animals. No, not animal porn. Or But no, the clitoris apparently is like, you know, this is the stuff we see, but then it goes, there's bulbs. And so there's like, I don't know, pressure points, or I don't even know. It just is like, oh my God, when does it end? When does the clitoris end? Is that like the stage 2 of my learning? And then I'm later going to learn, nope. Actually, on my deathbed, it's like, actually the clitoris was when then the whole body, you missed the entire concept. Okay, so meanwhile. And but that is a thing, is people need to know where the clitoris is. This is a real problem. I wish I could go back in time for some of my girlfriends. I just honestly didn't understand everything, and I still apparently.
Yeah, no, I didn't get a single anatomy class somehow, and so like I feel like I lost out on this too.
Yeah.
Well, and I'm sure that was at the top of the list of things they were explaining, though should have been pretty important.
Yeah. So I mean, what do you tell people? Look it up. I mean, just find it out yourself.
Sure. Well, I mean,
it seems like that would be the thing to do.
Well, it seems like, you know, I think men should take it on for themselves. Like, hey, if I want to do a good job, I need to learn these things. But now I'm learning things I didn't even know.
Right. Okay. So that's what I mean. Like, well, what? I mean, and also, what would a woman do? They have no idea what a penis is or how it works. So what? I remember looking up, and there was like some chart of this penis, and it had like 85 degrees of all these different things. And I'm like, what on earth? This doesn't tell you anything. This is the most confusing thing in the world. I would just give up and go, I don't even know. And then you'd end up like these actresses that are holding back, and you know, these artisan hand job. Okay, so well, you know, so that's enough about everything graphic. We got pretty graphic. We got to check that box.
Yeah. We had a nice climax at the end there.
Yeah, climaxed. And so, is there anything else you want to add in? Or?
I feel like you're like baiting me to say something. I'm not sure what you're like. Are you reaching for something?
No, absolutely not.
Okay. Like I'm not sure what I'm missing here.
No, it's the survival. It's like we're live and we're about to die.
Ah, yeah.
And
yeah. What is the thing I need to like?
I can die tomorrow. I mean, who knows, right? So
true. Like, well, I will. I'll be glad that I think we've like made some progress on the shared communication that we've had, because I think that's the thing.
Absolutely.
That's the thing, like the step I think towards.
Yeah, and that's the reason why I need to not be focused on death so much, because I've found that I'm not able to communicate with anybody, and so Dubs has stuck it out, and we got some communication going. So now I can see a reason to be alive in the future, and so that's what I want to move towards. Being able to communicate with people, accomplishing things, and make your progress. But
yeah, and you're talking about running for office, which that's interesting. That yeah, I'm really curious to see how that would play out. That would be amazing.
Yeah, but they, you know, I mean, it's but so what's honorable about it is, because what's dishonorable is it is a manipulation of the system. I'm not saying I would be the best representative for you. I'm saying here's a system that's better to represent you. So it is honorable in that I'm trying to get people to understand a better way of doing things.
Yeah. Well, and you're providing an alternative view and saying, hey, I'm ready to stand behind it and try to make it work.
What do you do? If I was in a debate with these people, I mean, what would it be? They're all left-wing fascists. Everyone in Austin is a left-wing fascist. Okay, so that's my answer to everything.
Yeah, but as a progressive, it would be interesting to have you up there providing an alternative view,
right?
And still not being like a psycho. Like I would be interested in that.
Yeah. So what has been completely lost is the progressive view that is reasonable. You know, which was the white male thing. Like we were all taught, like, this is what it's going to be. Here's the utopia we're all going to have. We're going to live in a racial-free utopia and all get along.
Colorblind society kind of thing.
Yeah. Oops. Yeah, I saw that slowly dissolving.
Yeah, but I mean, it's still there for the taking, right? I think you just kind of have to package it in a way that will be, I think, will allow both sides, or at least the independents, or some subset of people that will be willing to like identify with its ideas, which I feel like I'm open to them, but I'm just still trying to decide if I'm in a minority or not.
Oh, that's the thing. You have to be like attractive. You know what I mean? Like I have to monitor myself. I can't talk about pornography and.
I don't know about that. Like I think so long as you provide a authentic essence, that might be enough to like.
Yeah, that's the key. By any look, we're in an antebellum, pre-Civil War sort of scenario. This is the time to not be a traitor. This is the time for honesty, I think.
Yeah.
I think the time to lie is not right now. Don't pretend to be anybody you're not. Just be honest as you can. And if you're stuck in a little woke community or some sort of right-wing community, Nazi community, actual Nazi community, you just be honest until they kind of let you go, because that might be what has to happen.
Right.
You don't want to be the guy that doesn't believe what they believe when they go full rageaholic psychopath or something. I don't know.
Right. Yes. Radical candor. Right. This is what we're doing. We're just like speaking our truths as we've seen.
Right. Speaking truth to power. And nobody's listening. Okay, so that was we talked, we did things, and we made progress. Okay, so that's beautiful. All right, thank you very much. Thanks for sticking it out. And this was the Uncast with Beau and Dubs. We're every Sunday afternoonish, and we usually go around 2. And here we are, and there we go. Are we coming next week?
Yeah.
Okay, and then a couple of weeks, 3 weeks, we got the. Got to hit the button because it's dead. And 3 weeks, we got the. Whatever you call it.
What's happening?
The 20th anniversary.
Oh, okay, yeah, right on.
Right.
Of the channel. Got it.
Exactly.
Should we do something special? We should plan something.
We will be doing something special, I guess.
All right, we'll figure it out.
We will. All right.